Hello everybody, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald.
I'm Board.
And I am stoked to give you, a rulebook rundown of Cysmic by Star Reach Games, designed by Jason Blake. This game is huge, but looks like a lot of fun. Are you ready to launch? We are.
For this game, we just did our unboxing. Check out that video. If you're interested in it, watch through this video, which is the rulebook rundown.
Please.
And feel free to visit Cysmic's website. They have extra copies available.
It's on the Game Found right
on their
now.
Game Found, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have the link below in our description here.
Yep.
So there is extra copies available. But we're going to go through our typical process, walk through the rulebook, give you a little story first, and then dive into how do we play Cysmic, and then eventually, how do we play chess?
Yes.
The other side of this board has chess on it.
So there are, as he said, copies right now you can buy, but those run out. He is looking potentially doing a second campaign, so the link for that will also be down below, where he's also looking at doing some added expansions, which we discovered there's some open space throughout here that could potentially be room for that, and some space that's specifically called out as room for that on these boards, which is great. And at the top of this, just to call out, because I mentioned it in the unboxing about the tiles not being acrylic. I don't know if I'm supposed to get them or not. I don't think so, because these are magnetic that are on here.
Yeah, we didn't realize that until
it doesn't shift, so I assume the tiles are also magnetic, which is incredible. Love it. All right. Ready for story time?
Why don't we just...
Oh, you're going to test right now?
Nope.
Those are not magnetic. But these are. Either way, those are very nice, like pre-punched out tiles, which are good. This being magnetic so it doesn't shift around is the most important thing, which I thought was cool. Yeah. So if I'm not supposed to get the acrylic ones, if I was, I'm not stressing, because either way, it is magnificent looking. As long as everything fits in there just fine.
Which we'll find out.
We will. Okay, welcome to the universe of Cysmic. The rise and fall of Kepler 62e. Earth's World Council assembled a diverse group of leaders to guide a daring mission. Terraform Kepler 62e and build a new civilization from the ground up. Scientists, spiritual leaders, entrepreneurs, entertainers, and politicians all took part. Some were appointed and funded by the council, while others financed their own way into the project to secure influence or legacy in this new world. At first, everything went according to plan. The air became breathable, crops flourished, colonies rose, people argued, worked, and lived together with all the familiar rhythms of society. There was conflict and corruption, but nothing that threatened the fragile harmony they had created. For a time, it looked like humanity had found its utopia. Then the fractures began. An unforeseen instability in the terraforming process unleashed chaos. The very surface of the planet began to collapse. What had once been a thriving New Eden became a ticking time bomb. As the truth spreads and panic took hold, the people looked to their leaders. Some had been elected by public support. Others had taken charge through wealth, faith, or force of will. All of them now faced the same impossible task: save their people before the planet tore itself apart. The massive terraformers that had shaped the world were seized by powerful factions and repurposed into launch platforms for colony ships. Each faction held only a portion of the original blueprint, and none could escape without acquiring the rest. Cooperation gave way to desperation. Information became a weapon. Now, rival factions wage war across the dying planet. Workers and civilians are conscripted into service, defending their bases while continuing their daily roles. Capturing enemy forces provides the leverage to reveal fragments of the missing blueprints needed to complete the colony ships. The race is on. Only one faction will gather the knowledge, construct their ship, and launch before it's too late. The force of a single launch will doom all the others left behind. If war doesn't destroy the world, the fractures surely will. That's fun. There you go. There's our anachrony ending that we wanted, where one person takes off. All right, so Then everybody, we have just like a table of contents and stuff.
I haven't seen that, but now there.
Typical deal. Now you're seeing it. Credits, of course. And then we have the objective and winning the game. So there's no victory points in Cysmic. The first player to successfully launch their completed colony ship is the winner. Period. That's it. To win, you must have completed colony ship with all 6 modules fully constructed. Evacuate all of your units to your reserve, and be able to launch by the end of your turn. If some of your units are still on the planet or captured by opponents, you may choose to roll the humanity die to see if your conscience will allow you to leave those units behind. Doing so has consequences in future games of Cysmic. That's cool. So there's a little legacy component to it, which is probably what that pad's for, like if you play continuous ones.
Yeah.
Just fun. How do you complete the objective? 1. Use your soldiers and power mechs to attack and capture enemy units. Return them back to their factions for the blueprints required to build your colony ship. Use miners and harvesters to mine lorium crystals and search for discoveries across the planet's surface. Use the lorium to build colony ship modules and upgrade troops to vehicles. 3. Use speakers to gain influence and populate areas to increase your lorium storage and recruit more troops. Overpopulated areas to increase your lorium storage and recruit more troops. And 4, use your colony ship to construct modules and evacuate your units so you can be the first one to launch. So what obstacles stand between you and the objective? First of all, it's human versus human. So players will be fighting each other for resources and taking each other's units as prisoners. You will use these captured units as leverage to gain colony ship module blueprints from your opponents. Be prepared to go on the offensive. Defensive measures and passive tactics will typically end in doom. Nice. So go on the offensive. If you play too defensively, you're screwed, is what it's saying.
Unless you find a way to do it.
Maybe.
You will find a way to do it.
Yeah, with the werewolf. The game that took us like almost 3 hours. Because they're just like, nah, I'm going to chill. I'm going to just slightly starve my werewolf. Yeah. And just little by little take him up to feral. Human versus nature. As the planet destabilizes, the landscape constantly collapses around you throughout the game. The longer you play, the more accelerated the planet's instability becomes. Try to avoid terrain collapses and fracture events to save your units and your colonists from falling into the abyss, which is all of this down here.
Oh, the red only.
Oh, the red's the abyss only.
The red is the abyss.
Oh, it's just devastated.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. So you could get lucky.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of game modes and expansions. So we are going to be going over primarily the competitive mode. And I'll read through what all these are, just so you know what they are. There's a Euro mode maybe that we'll read through as well. It seems like a competitive sort of thing as well. Espionage, I think it's competitive. So maybe those top 3 are the primary ones we'll cover. Solo, cooperative, we're not really going to cover because we don't really end up doing the solo cooperative on here. I may do solo at some point. And if I do, you'll just get to see the playthrough video of that. And then the battle chess, which we had no idea was even included in this, which is very, very cool.
And we'll nicely make chapters for each of these. So normally a rulebook rundown, we'll make chapters of the rulebook, like stat up, etc. So we'll do that for the competitive mode. And then the others, you'll see a chapter for espionage, a chapter for Euro, a chapter for chess.
So you can just jump to whatever you're interested in there. So for the competitive mode, it's probably going to be exactly what it said. It says competitive mode is the main design and thematic experience of the game. This is the other game modes. Add the planetary events mini expansion and 12 new discovery cards to the experience random events in competitive mode. Add a set of extreme molten core cards to the competitive mode for more intense gameplay. We will probably just have all those in to begin with, and that'll be our baseline. Will just be everything added in. We are a big fan of variety and ranging difficulty. So
I don't think we range difficulty. We just go to difficult.
No. Well, ranging meaning you can have easy cards, and then you can have the okay now I'm screwed. The espionage expansion is an essential addition to the competitive mode. It was designed from the ground up to be played as part of the main Cysmic experience, but was modularized to keep early games simple. So again, that'll probably be in right away when we do this. Which is great. It's designed to be thrown in. It's kind of like, what did we just play where it said thrown in right away? Tricarian, where it said, you know what?
Yeah.
Throw in the Dark Alley right away. Euro Mode. Euro Mode is an alternate game style that allows players to obtain colony ship module blueprints by performing missions in lieu of only attacking players. This mode was developed by to be a seismic experience with reduced confrontation and more Euro gamey feel. So there's objective cards and stuff.
Yeah, that's the little blue mission cards. We saw that in the unboxing.
That's cool. I like that. So you give it kind of a different way to play there. So you can go all out war and then we go, okay, let's do the same thing, but Euro style. Solo mode introduces an AI player known as the auto opponent. Players experience seismic in a 1v1 game against the auto opponent in a competitive mode experience. This mode may also be used to playtest factions and strategies before playing competitive mode against human players. Cooperative mode is completely different seismic experience targeting family game nights and casual gamers. Players work together to construct their colony ship and save as many colonists as possible before the planet collapses. All right, that's cool. So again, giving an extra layer of like, hey, you want a more casual sort of game experience in this world?
Nope.
There's that. It's not going to be us two together at all, but that's nice for like families.
We're not casual or family.
That's true. That's true. Then you have Seismic Battle Chess, which is on the back of this board, which will show you, which is a version of chess, but Seismic style. So Seismic Battle Chess is a 1v1 chess variant using the miniatures of Seismic as stand-ins for the typical chess pieces. When taking opponent's piece, a battle ensues, and possibly a fracture. There's no check. Well, and possibly a fracture. There's no check or checkmate. Destroy the enemy colony ship, which is the king, or move yours to the opponent's side of the board. Period. So it says, whatever the audience or mode, Seismic always finds a way to the table. That's pretty incredible, honestly, if it all plays like such. So then this is Board's favorite page of everything. And here's we'll pass it on.
Yeah, so it goes through components, typical thing here. We go into, they also have a, I'll zoom in over here, a visual tour. So it says, entering the world of Seismic, a guided tour of the main components. So this really just highlights your faction cards, the units, command cards, all the different card types, the different resource types, the different parts of the player board. We will do all of that as we walk through all those in setup.
Yeah, I assume to say underneath the faction cards at the star on the bottom is the difficulty of which you're playing that faction.
You are the leader of a faction, represented by the faction card. The card tells you the story of your people, your starting advantage, your unique abilities. Factions work together under the World Council, but now they compete for blueprints to escape. Each leader's ambition and approach defines how their people act on the collapsing planet. Each faction ability is highly thematic and was developed under the premise of how the leader might be the first to launch. It does not.
Okay, so it's just kind of, so that'll probably be during setup.
Yes.
Then.
Which is where we're going to go.
Oh no! Actually, you know what? That makes sense. The stars.
2, 3, 4.
The stars are equate to how the player count you can use them in.
Yeah,
cool.
So 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's the 2 1s, which are for solo.
Yep. Cool. Yep. 1 player more. Actually, this is 1+, so you can use these in
This
higher
should
player
say
counts.
auto.
No, these ones don't say it. Those are cards.
Oh, I thought I said.
ICR auto opponent.
Oh yeah, auto opponent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you may be able to have the auto opponent in.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes, those are different pieces. If you want a thorough look, feel free to look at that page. We're going to literally cover all of those things in this rulebook rundown. But before we start with setup, we're going to bring a tray of characters out here so you know what mechs we have. And it'll go exactly like that. All right, so here is all of the mechs that you'll see in the game.
You want this out too or no?
I know, but you're probably going to need it in the... Yeah. Each player tray, as you saw in the unboxing, looks just like this. Everything's already pre-portioned out. You have 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are your speakers. And in your player tray, here, you have a list of each of these cards. So if we go through, boom, speaker, unit card. It explains how those speakers work. We're not going to read all these cards right now,
yeah,
but they come with the tray. You have 2 power mechs down here. You have 2, 4, 6 miners. You'll have all of these. There's 10 soldiers. You have a colonist quarters module, a power core module, a control systems module. You'll have 2 harvesters. You'll have a warp drive. You have a fuel cell, and then you have a crew bridge.
Yeah,
so those are all things that'll come to build your ship.
These 6 pieces are the things that build your ship. these are pieces on the board. So these are specifically the pieces you're building on.
And
your
then
ship.
all these are your mechs that'll be out there fighting for you.
Yep.
All right.
And this is what your ship gets built in.
So that's just kind of the overview, so you understand when we call out different names of mechs and whatnot. Those are where you find them, all in that player tray.
And there's one of these for each person, which is great. So you can choose to take them all out and put them on the side of the board if you so choose, or you can keep them in the tray if that's easier for you to stay organized, which is probably a better idea.
No, that's not fun.
Nah.
All right.
Says the person who complains that there's never a tray for things.
Main setup. Step 1 and 2 we have completed in front of you. So number 1 is this big board underneath, laying that out. Step 2 is placing the outer rim around the outside of the board.
Which, yeah, I love that it's magnetized.
Number 3 is...
Putting out some tiles?
Only one.
Oh, damn it.
This very specific one. Boom. Number 3, place the colony city hex in the center of the game board.
Face up or face down? Face up.
On the 5. Step 4.
Cool. Take out all the tiles. You try taking 2 full hands out. Oh, I thought you were trying to. I did 1.
No, I can't. My hands aren't that large. I have normal sized person hands.
Normal size. I'm not an NBA player.
All right, so we have your 6 terrain types. You have wetlands, tundra, savanna, rocky, forest, and desert.
Wetlands, that's what
You are going to separate them into 6 stacks of 21, which are each of the color sets. So I had them mostly separated. I had them all separated, but let's make sure they're all stacked correctly still. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. For each stack independently, shuffle the stack.
Cool.
Randomly place 6 tiles face up. And we're going to put these off the side, obviously. So I'll take a green.
I have forest.
Oh, yeah.
You have
That's
desert. I need savanna, which you have in your hand.
And there's that one.
Yep.
Okay. So you're randomly going to take 6 and place them face up on the outer rim of your area. And they will go from, there is a 2 arrow, like a double arrow, all the way to a single arrow. That seems to be how it sets up.
So I want to keep these. I mean, they're not really read the words anyway.
Yeah,
whatever.
that doesn't matter.
Still. They do seem to fit nicely, which is good.
All right. Moving inward, randomly place 5 against those 6. Continue placing 1 hex less until you've placed the final row. Perform this for all terrain types.
Okay.
So you're literally just gonna all face up.
I know. I was laying them
Oh,
out.
okay.
I'm just laying them out. Ooh, got 2 volumes right next to each other. It's a hot spot.
Oh, I had that too.
A lake. Cool. There's another game that we have coming at some point called Ice, which is actually a rehash of the original version.
I think that's just real life.
Haha. It's not that kind, thankfully. They fit in here nicely so far, which is great. But it has you digging down layers of hex tiles into the ice to discover like artifacts and stuff for points, which is really cool.
This is gonna give you so much OCD the way I set these tiles.
Oh, okay.
Until he starts looking at them, and it's like turning his neck.
You don't have to read the words.
Actually, just see the symbols.
Yeah.
That's what iconography is for. I like the fact that this will always be a little bit different every single time because you shuffle up these tiles. So the regions will always stay the same and location-wise, but where everything is will vary.
A lot of replayability for that so far. So you can't use the same strategy. Like, all right, I'm going over here first to get all these, because that's how I win the game each time.
Like there might be a thing where you need to like explore the rocky tiles. So you're gonna have to go to that region, but where each thing is slightly different. Boom, 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 a boom, and a boom. So that was a step 4, making the board. Now, I'll do this. Nope.
What's nice about these tiles is they're not snug, so you're not going to have to worry about dinging corners as you go to take them out or anything. But they all fit nicely, so you have this sort of a...
All right, step number 5. Place the 18 mountain miniatures. Find the 3 matching mountains sharing the same terrain type and place them on 3 mountain hex tiles. Repeat for all. So there's literally going to be 3 tiles that say the word mountain on it. And you literally just place these on top of said marker.
Big white cat. Oh, wow, that's hilarious. These mountains are right next to each other. That's cool. Just boom.
Mount Everest over here.
That's fun. So I assume you're going to have to like go around those. So create some obstacles until they fall into the earth.
Yep. Next, we have
all the tunnels or the settlement spots, maybe?
All of these tiles. So we have all the ones that we called neutral tiles. We'll just put them all over here right now. So it'll all come out. So these are 8. So separate the little ones and big ones. There are...
Oh, are these like the 1s and the 2s and the 3s?
The values, yes.
Oh, nice, okay.
This is now off the board. Fantastic. Okay, so you have 18 camps, 12 outposts, 6 settlements, and 1 colony city.
That one's for you. These. Yeah. So, no, I got all the 1s except for the ones on the floor and the guys by you. I don't even know where it went. It's down there somewhere.
Hit my leg. Here it is. Why do we have so many left over?
I didn't do yours over here.
Oh. These are the ones. The camps. So 18 camps. Boom, 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 and a boom. So then we have level 2s, which are the outposts.
Got that? Yeah.
Guess we have some extra. Oh, no, right there. Can't see numbers.
There's another 2 that are missing.
3, 3, 3. And big boy in the center.
Are there more 3s?
No, this is 3.
Oh, that's 3 that's holding? They're doing that? Oh, is that right? 3. Where are they? This. That's a 3. Yep. There you go, there's 2.
Do you have 1, 2 left? There's a 3. You did it again.
Yeah,
there you go. Right here.
Oh, cool. Nice. There we go. My bad. I just grabbed a bunch.
All right. So, yeah. So each terrain type, meaning each of the 6 color schemes, will have 3 level 1 camps, 2 level 2 outposts, 1 level 3 settlement, and then obviously in the dead center is your level 5 colony. So these place out just as you see here. So now you should have mountains out, all the habitats. Next, you'll have the Cysmic board get placed out and available to the players. I don't have said board.
You sure it was on top of one of those with all the... This is under this. I got it. It's under here.
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
You got it?
So Cysmic board will come out into play. Place 1 terror tremor.
I'll put it right there. Since none of us are on that side right now.
So we have these, which are both...
This is damage.
Combat and tremors. So you're going to place 1 tremor timber... Wow.
Whoa!
One tremor token on each numbered space higher than the current player count. Then stack the remaining tremor tokens together on the current player count. So, example, in a 4-player game, place 1 on 6, 1 on 5, and the remaining on 4.
So the other tremor tokens.
We're going to take them all out. Don't need any of these right now.
Yeah, they're very stackable, which is nice. Those you probably just have off the side of the board. That when damage is done, I think it literally goes.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep them in the hole.
Yeah, that's awesome. So this is fun. So if we look at one of your mechs here, and you have your damage, when they've taken damage, I assume, like that fits right into their back.
Oh, nice.
So you can see it clearly on the board instead of there being a token like next to them.
So remaining 4 will all go on 2.
This should be total D.
Yes.
Okay.
Next up is place. We're gonna place the 42 fracture tokens into the fracture bag. Already done. We did that at the end of the unboxing. So you have a bunch of little triangular fracture tokens.
And all the additional ones are part of those as well?
42 total.
We'll make sure.
He's doing his Steve.
10. Well, there's expansions there, so I'll make sure we're not using them by accident. Before we go to, before we go to the new one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 6, 10. Looks like it. Perfect. Yep.
All right.
Bag. Put that right here by the.
All right. So next up, we have the cards available for players. So first deck is the Discovery cards. There are, and we'll just use this view over here for a moment. So you have a bunch of different types of Discovery cards. So you can see here you have the gray action cards. You have the green, which are those reaction cards, and you have yellow planetary events. So you should have 12 planetary events, which are yellow, 99 total other cards. You're going to shuffle all 111 cards to make the Discovery deck. It does say, as a disclaimer, for the first game, you can remove the 40 cards with the little flame symbol on it, but it's recommended to play with them to get the true feel of the game. So we're not going to do that. We're going to keep them all in. So 111 cards, all in, shuffle.
Is this all the Discovery ones from both sides?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. All together shuffled. Next up, we have... They're under everything. Hold on. These.
The relics.
Next up, we have 54 Relic Cards. Same disclaimer, there is the little flame symbol, so if you want to separate those out, you can do that for your very first game. We are not going to. We are going to...
Shuffle these all together.
I said it like twice.
Sorry. I was like, this doesn't feel like all the Discovery cards.
Right there. For the Relic cards, you're going to form a face-down Relic deck. For the Discovery cards, also a face-down Discovery deck. So you can just put them wherever. We have room at the top up here. We're not going to necessarily have them on screen.
Yeah.
We can just, boom, have them up here available. The last setup you need for the game board setup is your Relic tokens, your Lorium tokens, your combat markers, and all dice to be available. We have those off to the side here off screen, ready to go. So as we need them, we'll bring them out.
Yeah, they have a nice like tray that everything is separated in, which is really helpful. So you literally have them just off on the side of your table or down by, I mean, yeah, the dice probably need more.
Yeah, the dice we'll bring out right now. But everything else we'll just have in their little pockets available. Now I can flip these things.
Do you want the main box to put them on?
I have the box right here.
Box. Okay, cool.
Okay, so that is main game setup. So that's the player board, all these fun things, and your decks. Next up would be...
Well, that was the main board.
The game board.
You said the player board.
Oh, I meant game board. Sorry, game board. Now onto player board. So, for player setup, each player will have the following. So we already went through the following miniatures. So we went through all those miniatures that were in the thing. Each player color would have those. You're also going to have some other fun stuff. So I'll use my view right here. We have a player aid. Double-sided, goes over iconography and a bunch of the different things regarding terrain type and some other stuff. And then goes over your structure of how to play, how to resolve combat. Great. You will have a command board. There is a competitive side of this command board. And then there is a non-competitive side. So we want the competitive side. I'm assuming that is going to be the side here with exploit and sabotage available.
I believe so. That makes sense. Because you're not going to do that in a non-competitive game.
Yes. You're going to have one construction board that we have here in the center. So as we're building out our ship, that board is available. We will have a set of command cards. So right now we have 11. So it does say remove the Espionage Negotiate card. So that is this card here. So for this competitive game mode, you will not use the Espionage Negotiate card. We will have the other 10 available. So that'll just go back in the player tray.
Got it.
We will have 6 blueprint tokens, 1 of each color. We should already have that in our tray.
Oh,
so
that's probably
that is
so espionage negotiate or sabotage. It says espionage negotiate. Did you say espionage?
Yes.
This is the sabotage symbol, isn't it?
No, that's the symbol that it shows in the picture.
Okay, so the espionage mode they said you should play with the base game.
Yeah.
Is probably what that card.
Which we'll get to when we get to that part of the rulebook.
Yeah.
So right here you have a bunch of these little hexagon tokens. These are your blueprints. There's 6 of them, 1 of each color. Those can just stay in your player tray for now until you unlock them.
Got one right down there.
You'll have 1 orange influence cube. Boom. And you will have a bunch of little flags of your respective player color.
Actually, these are probably going to go face down onto their section.
They are in a second. I didn't get that step in the rulebook yet.
Oh.
I was just reading off the list of what it said first. All right. Step 2. Place the command board in front of the player, or in front of each player, faced up with the little brain light bulb in the upper right-hand corner. So that is showing this. So this side of the game board here, this is kind of what we're talking about, has a little light bulb. This is the base version. This is going to be that sabotage version.
Okay.
So we'll start with the non-sabotage for now.
Oh, that makes sense because those big cards are called espionage cards, aren't they? The big ones you don't have out yet.
Those are factions.
No, the long ones that you have.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And those will go over there.
Yeah. Makes sense. Cool.
Construction board. Place the construction board near your command board. That's right there. Number 1, place the orange influence cube on the number 1 space.
Done.
0, 0, 1. Place the blueprint tokens with the missing symbol face up on each matching slot.
This makes more sense now. That's why he left that spot open, because this can go right next to.
Ah, yeah.
Maybe. Oh, no, you can't. Never mind, because the relics are getting in the way of the command. Nope, I'm stupid.
Oh, yep. So there's a missing side of these tokens. There's a non-missing side. It says to place them with the missing side face up in each slot matching their name and color. You should see a big red X symbol facing up.
Yep. So, Power Core. X4 Power Core. Did it say... Okay, so module's not activated. Makes sense. Did it say put it on the green?
It shows in the picture on the green, yes.
Okay, cool. Warp drive. Fuel cells. Control systems. Crew bridge.
I hate that.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Okay. So each token should be placed on the right-hand side of the slot, covering the green.
There you go. Perfect.
Flip the token matching your player color to the acquired side.
Oh, cool.
So you're going to start with the one of your player color.
That's fun.
Anything that is not your color is considered not acquired and not in play. When set up correctly, each player should see a red X on each blueprint token of every color that is not yours.
Yep.
Check. You'll have your player aid, command cards, and plastic miniatures available to you in your player area, however you want to set that up. Next, select a faction. Return faction cards with the espionage symbol to the box. Return faction cards with a minimum player count to the box. So in this case, we will return 3+, 4+, and anything with that espionage symbol for this example.
Well, it sounds like you can use these in
the 1+,
1 or plus, but like in a one-player game, it's going to specifically be
those two.
Those two.
Yeah.
All right. So we're moving.
From those remaining, shuffle them and give each player 3. Players will select 1 to utilize.
So 3, 4 out. Just make sure I got all the espionage people out. Yes.
You can just randomly give me one, you one. Yeah, because we don't know what they are. So normally you'd give 3 and 3 and you choose one, but we don't know what any of these do.
Oh, randomly did you give you 1? Oh, okay, never mind.
What?
I'm not gonna give you that one. That's the one player.
Oh, I don't want that one, yeah.
I thought you randomly give you 3, you were saying.
Oh, no, it was 1 for now for this. I don't know what they do. Okay.
Got the Gemini twins.
Once all players have selected their starting faction, do the following. Set your orange influence cube to the value indicated on your card. So again, looking at mine here, I have a starting of 4. So I move this up to, to the value indicated. So you're not adding 4 to it, you're starting at 4.
Is the box you moved?
No.
It's the one
I moved, but not that one that I moved.
Yeah. Okay, mine starts at 5.
Yep. Gather your starting resources as listed on your card. So I start with 3 discovery cards. 1, 2, and 3.
And I start with 4.
That's some bullshit. You may have relic cards. You may also have Lorium as part of that. If any habitats are listed, you're going to go into the next step, which is right now. So starting units. Gather the 3 different types of troops by quantities indicated. So on the right-hand side, I'll show you 3 different troop types.
By picture. So I have 2 speakers. I have 2 heavies and 2 lights.
No, okay. 1 speaker.
They're pretty consistent.
3 miners.
That's what it is, miners.
And 2 soldiers.
Yep. I have 2 speakers, 2 miners, and 2 soldiers. Pretty even keel across the board.
Now, place your colony ship launcher and your starting units in planet spaces that are not lakes or mountains. So your starting ship is a big old boy.
They can't see because
they can't see because I'm still on my player book because I was showing off this.
Yeah.
Here we go. Big old boy.
Yep.
So you have this big thing. So that will go out in a moment. Don't put it out yet because there's gonna be a change here in a second. So normally you do that. So it says select one of the 6 terrain types not chosen by another player. Place your colony ship launcher in one of the inner 6 spaces within that terrain. If your faction lists a habitat as your starting resource, place a control flag on that habitat. So that again, if it's on your card, it says something.
That's cool. That's what these are. Fun.
Place up to 3 starting units in each space adjacent to your launcher. You may also place up to 3 units in the same space as a control flag.
So it says inner 6. It means like these inner 6 of the region you're in?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So inner 6, so no border spaces from another color.
Yep.
Then it says identify the first player by giving them the launch marker. But we have an alternate here. 2 to 3 player variant.
Okay.
I'm just going to read it and we'll decide which one to go with. For longer, more interactive games at small player counts, you can do the following. In a 2-player game, each player may start with their own color blueprint token and 1 or 2 additional blueprint tokens. Each player obtains each blueprint. No, we're not doing that. That just gives us too many blueprints to start.
I was gonna say.
I thought it was because it's a picture of the setup. I thought it was involved in setup.
I was gonna say if we would do that, then we would just say okay. Then I guess once we know what they do, that's potential.
So we are going to here. So back to this. So place your colony ship launcher and your starting units in planet spaces that are not lakes or mountains. So we pick a color and we start there.
Sure. I mean, I don't know what anything does, so I'm going to start with green, I guess. No, I'll do yellow.
I'm starting with this because it's in front of me.
Oh, I had this here.
Oh, that green.
I'm going to go with this one there because there's the reserves close by and these guys. Yep. I'm going to go right on top of... Does it say what happens if you put on top of a lorem space?
Nope, it just says cannot go on a lake or on a mountain.
Okay.
So then...
Let me go to the blank spot then. I feel like if I put it on that lorem space, I won't be able to mine that lorem.
Place up to 3 starting units in each space adjacent to your launcher. So we don't know what any of our units do, but I'm gonna put boom boom. I'm gonna go.
It says up to 3 in each space.
Yes.
Okay.
Right here, right here, right here.
And it says adjacent, right?
Yep. So for mine over here, I have big boy right here on a lorium space, and I did 2, 2, and 2, surrounding him on a lorian, on an outpost, and on an explorable. And he has his down in that corner of the yellow savanna.
I don't know what it does.
All right. Last thing is you get the button day launch. So you can reset better than I can. That is the first player marker. All right. So last thing I'll read, and then I believe we go into what's going to happen here. I'll do that, and then I'll give you how to play. Okay. So for your cards, so we'll go to your view here.
Cool.
If you want to bring your person onto the middle. There we go. So for your individual, your faction, in the upper middle of the card, you have your name.
Middle. Yep.
Yeah. So you have the faction name. You have the minimum player count, as we already dictated.
2.
You have your starting influence, starting resources, starting units, which we all just handled.
Cool.
Letter H, which is the box in the bottom right, is your backstory. So, in our playthrough, we'll go over our backstories.
Yep.
On the back of the card is what matters right now. So, on the back of the card, you have faction abilities.
That's fun.
So, each of us will have multiple faction abilities that can impact the game based on what they do. So, for mine here, for Green Tech Inc., I have elbow grease. When playing your recruit command card, which is obviously the card here called recruit, you may recruit your harvesters in addition to your troops. Each harvester costs 4 influence and no lorium. I have PH dig. When one of your troops or vehicles picks up a relic, you may also pick up relics from all adjacent spaces, which is pretty awesome. You just full go around. Token gesture. When any player draws a fracture token, gain a discovery card. And then steady. During a fracture, you may prevent the collapse of one affected space. If it contains a habitat, you then gain control of it.
Cool. For the Gemini Twins, I have mirror image. When selecting a bonus action, you may instead choose a bonus action from an adjacent column whose icon matches one of the bonus action icons in your current command card. Columns 1 and 5 are considered adjacent to each other. I have duality. You may flip the plus or minus sign in front of a combat die modifier on your discovery cards. That's cool. Double vision. During your combat, after you roll more than 1 combat die, you may count 1 combat die result before modifiers twice, but must discard all others. And twincision. Wow. Twincision? Yeah, twincision. At the start of your turn, each of your turns, you may swap the locations of 2 of your unlocked troops and or vehicles. Space capacity still applies. That's cool. So let me just literally just swap before I start moving.
Yeah, makes sense for Gemini. All right, so I'll go over the quick overview of the game, and then we'll hand it to Nick to go to how to play each of these steps. So, turn basics. Each player has 10 command cards. All of the command cards are starting in your hand. So you start with a hand of 10 cards.
Yep. Negotiate, battle, upgrade, recruit, colony ship, harvesters, miners, speakers, soldiers, power mechs. Cool.
Boom, boom. So a majority of the turns will consist of 3 steps: burning a command card, playing a command card, performing bonus actions. Your command board displays 5 columns.
Yep.
Boom.
Command board.
Yep, I was like, wait, that's not right. There we go. Your command board has 5 columns. 001 up to 005. Over 5 turns, players will focus on different command column each turn, starting from the left, going to the right. On the first turn of the game, you'll start with number 1. Thank you for the obvious. So when you start, on your turn, you must select 1 card from your hand and place it face down in that column. Place it in the command slot above the column board. This is your burned card. Next, play a card. Then select 1 and place it face up on top of the card you just burned. This is your played card. You always burn a card, then play a card, both in the same column. Command cards present a list of actions identified by a gear symbol. You may perform 1 action from each section of your player command card, top to bottom. Resolving the actions on your played card is called resolving the card.
So you have to go in order, top to bottom.
Yes.
Is that each of them or one of them?
You can do each of them, but talk about. There are 2 types of command cards: tactics and units. Your 4 tactic cards are recruit, upgrade, battle, and negotiate. There's all one purpose for each of those. Your 6 unit cards, soldiers, miners, speakers, power mechs, harvesters, and colony ships, let you issue commands to all of your units of that type. So, pretty straightforward. If you have a card that says miner and you have 3 miners, it's going to tell each of the 3 miners what to do.
We're heading out.
Okay.
Curtains are closed, AC's on.
Thank you.
Girls have water. We'll be back in like an hour and a half, too, depending on how he does.
Have fun.
Thanks.
At the very bottom, you will see 3 icons of different colors.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, like that. Just so you can see. So you can see. Boom, boom, boom.
So 3 are highlighted there.
Yep.
These are your bonus actions and indicate what actions you have available. And then number 3 on your turn will be perform bonus actions. Your command board contains a grid of actions available to you. There are 29 unique actions on your command board, referred to as the bonus actions.
Yep.
There are 6 options in a column. Each column has 5 uniquely colored bonus actions and 1 gray, or 1 sector with a gray icon containing 4 bonus actions. They are repeated in all columns. You may perform 1 bonus action from the current column. The icon of the bonus action must match one of the bonus actions on the command card.
Makes sense.
Every command card always has gray available. If you select gray, you must choose one of the 4. You're not going to be playing all 4 in this case. So you pick one of the first 5 colors, or the gray one, and pick one of those 4 bonus actions.
And the gray is the same across the board. It's play a discovery card, gain a discovery card, gain 1 blueprint by trading captured units to an opponent, or pay Lorium and recall troops to manually construct 1 module.
Yep. And then everything else is varied. I believe every player board is going to be the same, but each column it varies from one another.
Oh, does it? You think? Oh, each column does. Yeah, sorry. I thought
all the player boards is.
Yeah. Yes, each column.
Your factions will vary on what your factions offer you, but yeah, the board's the same. Player. So then it just gives some clarification. So it says, reclaiming a command card by discarding a relic card. During a game, you may gain resources known as relics. At the start of your turn, you may discard a relic card to reclaim one of your burned or played command cards. Return this card to your hand. You may burn or play this card on any subsequent turn, or now. So you can do it at the beginning and then play it that turn. Return this. This is often overlooked option available to all players at the start of their turns. So something to pay attention to.
So you can burn it to do what? Sorry.
No, you can discard a relic card.
Yeah.
To reclaim a burned or played card.
Oh, got it.
To be able to use again. So then a few clarifications on some phrasing. A player's turn is when they perform their actions. The player currently taking their turn is considered the active player.
Okay.
A round consists of everybody taking 1 turn.
Okay.
A cycle is 5 rounds, which is your 5 sets of cards you've played across.
Okay.
At the end of a cycle, you do a reset. All cards are then returned to your hand. A new cycle begins. Turns, rounds, and cycles continue until someone has launched their ship.
Okay.
And then the final thing it says, at the start of each cycle, the player with the first player marker, which is the launch pad, becomes the first player. The same player remains first player for all of the 5 parts of the cycle.
Cool. All right. Okay. Are we on how to play now?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So how do we do The Cysmic.
How do we do the Cysmic? Okay. Each round, the first player... So let's get this to you right now while here. I'm going to read this.
No.
Each round, the first player takes the first turn. No shit. Followed by the other players in clockwise order, not anti-clockwise order. We're going in anti-counter-clockwise order. On your turn, perform the following steps in this order. So first, reclaim a command card, which is optional. Burn a command card, then play a command card as Board just went over. Perform the command card actions as Board just went over. Perform a bonus action as Board just went over.
This will go in detail about what they are, though.
Yeah, exactly. Then, if you have a completed colony ship, you can launch. Then all players discard surplus resources. So 6 and 1 are optional. And here we go. Number 1. The optional option of reclaiming command card. At the start of your turn, you may discard one of your active or inactive relic cards. To return one of your burned or played command cards to your hand. You may burn or play that card on this turn or on any subsequent turn. You cannot discard more than one relic card during this step. If you already have 10 command cards in your hand, obviously skip the step because you can't get any more right now. Unless we're in Espionage or something, you have an additional one.
Yep.
Slam on that door.
Definitely kid.
Yeah. So then burn a command card. So you must select one command card from your hand and place it face down in the current command column. So that's the current round you're on, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It has no effect. You cannot show your burned cards to any opponent. You may look at your own burned cards at any time, though. Boop. Perfect. Then you'll play a command card on top of that. So you must select one command card from your hand, place it face up on top of the other command card you just burned. You always place both your burned and played command cards in the same column of the round you're playing, like you just saw. Now you perform the command card actions. One command card is divided into sections, each of which contains one or more actions. Each action marked with the gear icon. In general, you may perform one action per each section on your played command card in order from top to bottom. Okay? You may perform one action from each section. Okay.
Yeah,
so here there's multiple actions. Okay. So like on my miner, there's in the mine area it says gain 1 Lorium or gain 1 discovery card.
Makes sense. Oh.
Or maybe it says each miner 1 Lorium, gain 1 miner, gain 1 success.
No. Oh, it's this one. The tactic battle.
Oh, is there one on there?
No, that's not. That's just battle. That just goes through the steps of battle. Interesting.
So just for the wording, we're trying to clarify. So in general, you may perform one action from each section on your played command card.
So recruit, there is one gear, recruit and deploy.
Oh, okay.
So you can only pick one. You can either recruit or you can deploy.
Got it. So for mine, it looks like you would gain 1 Lorium and you would gain 1 discovery card.
Yeah, because I have that too. There's no or statement there. It's just boom, boom.
Okay, cool. So it looks like the options are separated like you just saw. Actually, it was over your board. You want to show them?
Yeah, no.
You held it out here.
Oh, no, I had it right here.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Boom,
So
boom.
the white text. So
yes.
Under the
So each gear do one thing in white text.
Okay. Some actions have a tremor icon, which is the big red circle next to them. When you or one of your units performs the action, you must also perform a tremor, which may cause a fracture. So we'll see the seismograph on page 24 to go over what that is. Your tactic command cards, recruit, upgrade, battle, and negotiate, are your political and engineering maneuvers, while your unit command cards, soldier, miner, speaker, power mechs, harvesters, and colony ship, are how you directly control your units on the planet. In fact, the actions on unit command cards are usually referred to as being performed by your units rather than by you. To resolve a tactic command card, start with the first topmost section, then proceed downward. You may perform one action from each section. You may choose not to perform any or all the actions, skipping the action with no effect. So, if you choose not to do one action in the midst of that, you don't stop. You just go on to the next one if you want to do it. To resolve a unit command card, sorry, I guess for the specification, you just can't bounce around. You can't do one action at the bottom, then go back and do the one at the top, and then bounce around. You have to go in order from top to bottom. So choose not to do the top
based
one.
on how this is worded, you would do both. Because it says recruit units, then deploy these troops in spaces with controlled habitat.
Really? I see.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder, there has to be one here that...
No, it's not bad.
No, dot, dot, dot.
No, I think that's just saying that you have those options.
No, here we go. Fine, we got one. We found one. Here we go. This is the one. This one makes actual sense compared. Let me see that. I'll show the difference here. So this one, it has the one little marker. Recruit, dot, 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 deploy. Harvesters here. This is the same indicator. So the same little symbol here, harvest and scavenge. But you probably have the exact same card. Yeah, there you go. So you can see it's the same little symbol. So you're either choosing to harvest or choosing to scavenge. There's no dividing line between them.
Oh,
so like all of these have a dividing line.
Got
So that makes okay. So for harvesters on your turn, same thing with miners.
Yep.
You can mine or explore.
Okay.
You can't do both. So each of the dividing lines is your sections.
Yeah. So the actions are the gears. The sections are divided up between those lines.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
We found it. We figured it out. There we go.
They show right here.
Oh, look at that.
Right here, there's a diagram, and it highlights that line, F, and it says section divider. Amazing. If I would have I was holding the book like this, I couldn't quite see it. It's just, no. So good. Good. It has a diagram for that clarity. We figured it out, though. In general, on the card, I'll go over that. So, of course, you have the name of the card, which is the colored, what? Oh, you're going to, that's your thing. Then you have the type, which is going to be in the upper right. Then you have your unit's attributes, which are, if it's a unit, are going to be right next to the picture of the unit.
Yep.
So those little color symbols there.
Yep.
Perfect. Then you have your unit ability icons, which is to the right of that.
Oh.
And then you have your sections highlighted and the section divider, which is figured out. You have your command card actions, which are the actions, the gears. You have your tremor icon, which is the big red icon he showed you beforehand.
Boom. Right there.
And then as we showed you earlier, the bonus actions are in the black area on the bottom. You just need to keep bumping that with your arm.
It should be dual.
Just lift your hands up. I think it's fine. That's a you thing. Okay. Next. So to resolve a unit command card, start with the topmost section and proceed downward. Each of your unlocked units of the card's type may perform one action from each section. If there are only one action in each section, each unit may perform that action one at a time in any order you choose. If there are two actions in a section, each unit may perform one of those actions. Each unit may perform either action, regardless of which ones the others perform.
Yeah, so each unit's independent.
Yep. Each unit performing an action with a tremor icon triggers a separate tremor. Units may choose to not perform any actions in a section, skipping the section with no effect. All of your unlocked units of the card's type must perform or decline to perform an action from the current section before you can proceed to the next section. So you can't say, okay, Homeboy's doing this in this section, this one's going to skip that and just do this one right away, then go back and say, okay, now Homeboy's going to do this one.
Yeah, so you complete each person individually.
Yep.
So for example, here, let's do mine.
Well, not each person individually. Complete each section with each person.
That's what I meant. Or each person being each
section.
Each unit.
Yeah.
Yes. Each unit is a person.
Yeah.
I said that it's for the units, not for you.
I'm
person.
making sure that you didn't mean that you do like the entire card with one unit.
Yeah. So for example, here I have a speaker. One speaker. I use the speaker card. So we start at the top. Move. I can move the speaker up to 3 spaces. So I'm going to move them 1 space right here. And my other guy died. Next, I've completed the move action completely. Next, persuade. Each speaker in a space with a neutral or enemy-controlled habitat. Place a control flag and gain influence.
Nice. I assume that was going to be the thing, which is why I put mine in with 1.
Yeah. So boom, I get 3 influence.
So I assume it's going to be that.
Yep. So planetary influence, 1, 2, and 3. Now, field promote. Each speaker may replace one of your unlocked troops with a troop of a different type. So I can swap out, for example. I know. Yep. I can swap out this miner with another speaker. Boom.
Cool.
And now that has top to bottom completed the miner card. Now I'm assuming that, and unless I found a loophole already, haha. Oh, hey, the loophole is explained on the card.
What does it say?
Newly promoted speakers do not activate.
Nice.
I was wondering can I bring a speaker out and then now activate that speaker?
No, because remember you have to go each section. That's why they did that. So once you got to the bottom there,
Yeah, true.
You can't go back to the top and do it again with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you would move all. So like my miners, for example, I have 2. I would move all of my miners. Then I would go to the next thing and do all of that. In this case, I only had 1 speaker to start with, so I only moved the 1.
Yep. Right. Smart. Good thinking, Jason. All right.
Good. I love it. And the clarifications in italics. It's like very clear.
Right there too, instead of being a rule book where you forget it.
Like, I went instantly. I didn't read that far yet. I was like, oh, I'll just
like they needed to do that in Castles of Burgundy for every single monastery tile on there. As you just said, limit 1 per section on the tile.
Unless you have this card or tile, another tile.
Okay. Next, we have perform your bonus actions. So after resolving your played command card, you may perform 1 bonus action from the current command column. The icon of the bonus action you choose to perform must match one of the bonus icons at the bottom of your played command card. If you select the gray bonus action, you must choose only one of the 4 options to perform.
So in this case here, I have orange, purple, and gray available. Orange says gain 2 discovery cards, purple gain 2 Laurium, gray, as we discussed earlier, the 4 options are the same across the board. I'm going to gain 2 Laurium. So those 2 Laurium would go into spots, 1 and 2. I can hold, right now, I'm in the area where I can hold a max of 8.
Nice.
So I have 2.
Alrighty. 6 would be launch if you're able. So at the end of your turn, if your colony ship is completed, you have constructed all 6 of its modules. That means you may attempt to launch. If none of your units are being left behind, the launch automatically succeeds and you win. If you're bored and you're leaving all of your units behind, no, if any of your units are being left behind, you may roll the humanity die, a conscience check in 6-sided form to attempt to launch. If you succeed, the launch is successful and you win. Otherwise, you may try again on future turns. Concentrate on evacuating your units if you can. And it goes over this more in depth on page 36, so we'll cover what the humanity die is and what happens, I assume, as it's probably that one.
No humanity. Kill them all.
Yeah. I assume you have to roll high enough if based on the number of people you're leaving behind, potentially.
There's an infinity here.
Yep,
leave them all behind.
There is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. So now, all players discard surplus resources. So all resource limits, so hand size, storage capacity, yada yada, are considered to be infinite during a player's turn. So he was just talking about his crystals on the board. Right now, he has that marker stating he has a limit, but during his turn, you can gather a surplus.
Yes, at the end of the turn, you'll have to reset. Or the end of the cycle.
That's what's going right through here.
Yep.
So all no, I think it's the end of the turn.
It's the turn? So.
Yeah. Yep. So the turn ends with all players discard surplus resources.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, they're infinite during your turn. So you can have over your limit during your turn, much like a hand size in a card game.
Which is nice because, like, if you gained a surplus during your unit's actions, then you triggered the gray here, which says pay Laurium. You can then go back to underneath and not have wasted the surplus.
But at the end of each player's turn, all players must discard any resources they cannot store or hold. So reduce your discovery cards down to your hand limit of 5. Reduce your relic cards down to your total limit of 5. 2 of those at most can be active. So that means if you have 2 in your active slots, you can have 3 in your hand. Reduce your Laurium down to your storage capacity, which we just spoke about. Reduce your captured units down to your holding capacity. Ooh, what is your holding capacity, I wonder? Interesting. That's fun. I wonder. Does it say on your board where holding is?
I don't see it.
Laurium, active, influence, construction. Okay. I'm sure it'll go over it for us. Cool. All right.
Oh.
Huh.
Holding capacity.
Oh, cool. Nice. Weird.
So I wonder if, like, as things happen, these will slide over because your module is activated. So I wonder if this one's supposed to slide over because it's activated.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. It showed in the picture, just showed them, like, all in one spot.
I'm sure it'll go over that here more in depth for us. Okay. Oh, yeah, and it shows a picture of the holding capacity right there.
2 for 2.
Yep. It says designer's note. Take note that all players discard at the end of each turn. All players can be affected both positively and negatively during any player in the game. Because of this, you may need to discard your surplus resources at the end of an opponent's turn. If you lose influence, gain cards, gain Laurium, or game captured units that you cannot hold. So
very clearly on the player aid, it says at step 7 of a player's turn, all players discard surplus.
Yeah.
So if he did something that got me Laurium and I couldn't hold it, I'm going to lose it on the end of his turn. It doesn't come to my turn.
Or if he had a bunch of Laurium and I made him lose influence to where it made his
just
storage
ticks
go down.
one.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So then you reset. So the current cycle ends when 5 rounds are over, meaning every player has had 5 turns. At this time, all players must do a reset. Pick up all of your burned and played command command cards, and return them to your hand. Combine. You. Each player now has all 10 of their command cards in their hand again. When the reset finishes, a new cycle begins. Simple enough. So the first player marker. Possession of the first player marker does not change unless another player deliberately seizes it via the initiative action on the negotiate command card, the dedicated green bonus action, or any other game effect. When the first player marker changes hands, its new owner immediately places it in front of them. Although it may change owners several times during a cycle, the only time the first player marker is evaluated is at the start of a new cycle. So at the start of each cycle, the player who possesses the first player marker becomes the first player. The same player remains first player for all 5 rounds of the cycle, even if they no longer possess the marker.
Yep.
So, just good to know that when that launch button gets taken by somebody, it does not mean that once that round ends, that person starts that round. It continues the way it was at the beginning of the cycle. It's only the new cycle where that switch happens.
So I can take it back before that cycle ends.
It's true.
And go back to normal. Yeah.
Very true. Designer's note, the first player marker is a super cool clicky launch button. Don't wear it out. All right. So then we have units here. So all the miniatures in your player color are on the planetary board, except control flags, are your units. These include combat units and non-combat units. Units are categorized as follows. So you have your troops, which are your speaker, miner, and soldier. So your speaker is an influence troop, your miner is a resource troop, soldier a combat troop. You have vehicles, your harvester, which is a resource troop, and your power mech, which is a combat vehicle. And then you have your mobile base, which is your colony ship. Your colony ship is a mobile base, not a troop or a vehicle. It cannot be destroyed. It is treated as a unit for movement, but is immune to effect that specified troops or vehicles. It occupies a space alone and cannot share its space with other units or tokens. The space it occupies loses all terrain features, including habitats, tunnels, Laurium, etc. Good. I'm glad that I moved mine off. Did you put yours on top of one?
Yeah.
Nice. I thought for a second I was
I can move it, so it's fine.
I thought for a second I was like, oh, does that mean I just get to constantly minus each turn?
That's what I thought it was. Like Civilization, the video game, if you put your city there, you have that resource now. It is yours.
Yeah.
So I thought the same thing.
Yep. That's why I was like, nah, this doesn't feel like they're doing that, so I moved it off. So unit roles. So the soldier power mechs initiate combat, capture enemy units. The harvesters and miners collect Laurium and discovery cards. Speakers gain control of habitats, changing roles of other troops. The colony ship, so your base of operations, completes its modules and to launch and win. Your units may be in one of 3 locations, so on the planet board, captured by opponents, or in your reserve. Your reserve is where your units are kept until they are called upon. On the table in your player area, thematically, units in your reserve are inside your colony ship or your controlled habitats, waiting for orders. You control your units through command cards. Each unit command card activates all unlocked units of the card's type on the planet board. Resolve the card's actions one at a time for each activated unit. Locked units cannot be activated. Bonus actions and other game effects may also activate an individual unit. If instructed to activate an unlocked unit, perform all actions from its command card with that unit, even if you have not played the card. Interesting. Cool. So then unit attributes. Every unit type, soldiers, miners, speakers, power mechs, harvesters, colony ships, has a set of 4 attributes: cost, movement, health, and combat. The values of these attributes vary between the unit types and are displayed at the top of each unit command card and in the reference area at the bottom of the command board. Yep. Oh, cool. That's good. So when you're called upon to activate units, even though you haven't played the card, you can reference your board and it gives you the information.
And it gives you on that same area, so let's go right here, boom. At the bottom here, and so it says your name, so soldiers. It'll show you those 3 things. So influence, movement, health. It'll go over any specific key icons you need to know about, and it goes over those special bonus actions. So you don't have to be, let's say, searching through your command deck the whole time. You can just look at these and kind of plan out, oh, I want to do this bonus action. These are the cards that'll help me do it. So you can use it to plan ahead, as well as, to your point, if someone else activates something, you can see what happens.
Nice. Okay. And all right, so then we have the cost. So that's going to be the Orange Fist or the Lorium cost. So if any unit is a troop, the cost to recruit a unit of that type is the amount of influence, which is the Orange Fist. If the unit type is a vehicle, the cost to upgrade a troop unit to that vehicle unit is paid in Lorium. So page 20, in a moment here, we'll go over that more in detail. But then you have the blue icon with the white arrow, which is movement, and that's the maximum number of spaces you can move a unit of the type during one move action. You can move a unit any number of spaces up to and including their movement value, including 0 spaces. There you go, for you.
Well, it says up to. I was
the debate is always up to, and it's like, well, so then you have to move. Here, you do not have to move, no. Health, the value that must be met or exceeded by a combat die result to defeat a unit of this type. If there are 2 numbers, for example, 6 plus 4, both must be met or exceeded by 2 different combat die results in the same strike to defeat the unit. So 1 die result must be 6, 1 die result must be 4.
Where's the symbol for that?
So it says on the power mechs.
Oh.
6 plus 4.
Oh,
so,
got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you hit 6 and you hit a 4. The harvester says 5 plus 3.
Got it.
So if you think about it like you have armor you have to get through first, and then you hit them.
And these dice.
I assume those are defense dice.
Our defense dice. These. Yes. Okay.
Oh,
so
maybe.
no.
Because the harvester uses the yellow ones.
So the yellow dice have 1, 2, 3, and 4 on it. This is a D12.
Oh, it goes over at the bottom down here.
Oh, cool. So it's a D12, but it has
wow.
1, 2, 3, and 4 repeated. The red die is also a D12.
Yeah.
It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on it, and multiple 6s and 5s.
Nice. So for combat, there are 2 types of combat dice: military, which are red, and support, which are yellow. The number of red and yellow icons indicate the amount and type of dice a unit of this type contributes to battle dice. Makes sense. I'll finish the unit abilities. I'll give you locked and unlocked and the recruit protocol. So we have unit abilities. In addition to their attributes, each unit type has an inherent ability that lets them do something extraordinary. It is possible for your units to gain an additional ability via various game effects. A unit cannot gain an ability it already has. So you have an engage ability, which is on the soldiers. So combat units, so soldiers and power mechs, may enter a space containing enemy units to initiate combat. This is your only means of initiating combat. Makes sense? They're combat units. Cool. Shield. So the shield ability, speakers can reduce damage against themselves or friendly units in combat. Cool. So is that on theirs as well?
Yep.
Nice.
Subtract
Early
die value.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. So shield, so they were going to...
Subtract 1 from the die value of enemy combat dice.
Nice.
And that is nicely on the player aid.
Early warning abilities. So miners, harvesters, and colony ships can avoid being destroyed by escaping from a collapsing space. This ability is disabled for locked units.
Okay.
All right. And what we got here?
Yeah, that would suck if your ship just gets collapsed. Boom, you can never launch. The ship is just gone.
So locked and unlocked units. So units can exist in 2 states, locked and unlocked. When a unit with an engaged ability enters a space with an enemy unit, a combat is initiated in that space. All units in that space are now locked in combat. Refer to the in-game terms as just locked.
Okay.
When other units with or without the engaged ability enter a space with an existing combat, those units also become locked. So anytime you're in a space where there's combat, whether you initiated it, it was initiated on you, or you decide to jump into it afterwards, you become locked. So locked units cannot perform any actions such as move or any other actions on their command cards. Effects that instruct you to activate an unlocked unit cannot target a locked unit. Locked units cannot use early warning, which is an ability. A locked unit returns to an unlocked state when there is no enemy units present in its space. All units not in combat are unlocked. Colony ships are always unlocked. So, summary, if you're fighting, can't do shit except fight.
Yep, makes sense.
And then activate/reactivate, activate a unit. Game effects other than unit command cards may instruct you to activate a unit. Perform the same steps as if you played the unit's command card. So 1, choose an unlocked unit that meets the effects requirements. 2, perform one action from each section, top to bottom, using only that unit as if you had played that unit's command card. Designer's note says you typically will not need to reference the command card for the unit after a couple of turns, as the tasks of each unit performed will become extremely obvious, which is nice. 3, you may skip actions as normal. 4, if the action has a tremor icon, perform the action will trigger the tremor as normal. 5, locked units cannot be activated. Then reactivate a command card. Some game effects instruct you to reactivate a command card, referring to the command card that has already been played prior to this above action. Choose a played command card in one of your command card slots that meets the effects requirements. Perform one action from the section top to bottom on that card as if you had just played that command card. Says designer's note, be mindful that there are unit command cards and tactic command cards. You may skip actions as normal. If the action has a tremor icon, do the tremor as normal. Reminder, if reactivating command card, locked units cannot be activated. Cool. So that's different than the artifact or relic. So the relic pulls it back to your hand. What that's talking about reactivating one is saying one that was activated on your board, you can reactivate it.
And it stays where it is, though.
Yep. Yeah. Recruit, field, promote, upgrade.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So, recruiting. The recruit action is the main way to bring new troops to the planet. To recruit, choose troops, select one or more troops, either a soldier, a miner, or a speaker, from your reserve with the total cost equal to or less than the current influence you have. So obviously on your player boards over here, combat board, or whatever boards these are called,
yep.
You have your influence. The influence cost of each troop is at the top of their command card and is also at the bottom of your command board. In the unlikely event your influence is at the top of the track at 21, you may ignore all costs. So you just have infinite influence.
Nice.
If there are no troops in your reserve, you can't recruit.
SOL.
Yeah. Number 2, deployment. Once all recruited troops, or all troops that you've decided to recruit have been recruited, you must immediately deploy them into one or more deploy locations. You can deploy them to any space with a habitat that you control.
So
you can
if I had this here.
Yep. You can deploy them into any space granted by a game effect, which I'm assuming it'll describe later.
Yep.
You can deploy them into any space adjacent to your colony ship, which is the big boy.
Yep. So, boom.
You cannot deploy into a lake, a mountain, or an abyss.
Lake, a mountain, abyss is when these get removed.
Yep. You cannot deploy into the space with your colony ship. You cannot exceed space capacity, which it'll explain on page 23.
Does they say adjacent to this spot as well?
No. Only adjacent to your ship.
Okay, so specifically
into a habitat.
Got it.
You may deploy a unit with engage into a location containing unlocked enemy units, which immediately triggers combat.
That's cool.
You may deploy with or without engage into a deploy location with an existing combat involving friendly units. Your units automatically become locked. So if you already had units in combat and you somehow were able to deploy, you can go right and add them into combat.
So we have to be engaged in that combat to be able to deploy to that combat, is what it's saying.
If it doesn't have engage. If it does have engage, you can just bring it straight in.
Yeah.
Regardless if you... So if you're not in combat,
so like,
you can bring engage and make combat.
So this soldier can just go right here? That's what it's saying?
May deploy with engage into a deploy location.
Oh, no.
Into an eligible deploy location.
That's saying you still have to
abide by that. But if I'm over there...
Yeah. So if you're in this spot next to me, I can deploy
as long as you have engage, yes.
Got
it. You may split troops into different locations, so all your recruits don't have to be in the same spot.
That's what you just saw me do here. I put 2 here, 1 there.
And then finally, if the deploy location contains a relic token, pick it up.
Nice.
So that is deploying and recruiting. Now,
I wonder when relic tokens come out.
I'm assuming something will trigger that. Promoting. Field promotion is an action taken to change the role of a troop. So that is literally what I did in our example with the speaker. So field promote. Select one unlocked troop, a soldier, a miner, or a speaker on the planet. Replace it with a troop of a different type from your reserve. Return the replaced troop back to your reserve. So I did exactly that. I took my miner off. I replaced it with the speaker by using the speaker's field promote action.
Cool.
Restrictions. Only one troop can be promoted each time the action is performed, so you don't get to do it infinitely. You must have the troop available that you're replacing. Your influence and unit costs are ignored, and locked units cannot be promoted. So very straightforward. You just have to have a unit available to be able to do it.
It says the influence is ignored?
Well, everything's ignored because you're just replacing. You're not bringing a new one in.
So that's what I was wondering. So it said all costs are ignored. So
yes.
So each speaker may replace one of your unlocked troops with a troop of a different type. Newly promoted speakers do not. I was saying, so like, could I replace one of my miners or one of my soldiers with a power mech?
No.
Oh, that's a vehicle, not a troop.
Soldier, miner,
that's a vehicle, not a troop.
Yeah.
Never mind, got it.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, sorry, that's why I was asking.
Yeah. So that is promotion. And then finally, upgrading. The upgrade action lets you improve your troops. The lorium cost for each vehicle, here you go, is listed at the top of the command card. So to put a soldier into a power mech, you would have to follow the cost. To put a miner into a harvester, you'd have to pay the lorium cost. So a harvester costs 1 lorium, a power mech costs 3 lorium. In order to upgrade, select an unlocked soldier or miner on the planet. Pay the cost. You must be able to pay the vehicle's cost. If the troop is not in one of your deployed locations, you must pay 1 additional lorium to bring the vehicle to them. Total cost is the vehicle lorium plus that additional cost. Replace the troop with the vehicle. Return the troop to the reserve.
So what was that part? So if it's not adjacent to your mobile area?
If the troop is not in a deployable location,
then you have to. So what's the?
Then you have to pay +1.
Just +1 lorium.
Yeah.
It's not 1 per space.
No, +1.
Okay.
Restrictions. You must have the vehicle available.
Yeah.
You must be able to pay the full cost of lorium. You cannot exceed space capacity, and you cannot upgrade a locked unit.
So cool.
So all very straightforward. Recruiting, deploying, promoting, upgrading. Just follow the steps. The steps are pretty clear on the cards anyway, so just go through those steps to do it. The main thing is always you need to have the whatever you're upgrading or promoting, you need to have available, and the ones you're utilizing have to be unlocked. So you can't promote in the middle of battle.
Right. And then say you have to specifically promote soldiers to power mechs, you have to promote miners to harvesters?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep. There's no symbology for that, but yes.
Nice.
Okay. Influence, habitats, and control flags. Influence represents population support to your faction. It is tracked with an influence cube on the track. At the start of the game, you're placed based on starting influence. You'll then gain as the game progresses. Influence is never spent. So when you recruit troops, you have a max amount available to recruit, but you're not spending that. Lorium, the max amount of lorium you have is based on your influence marker. If you get to 21 influence, your influence is unlimited. You may recruit any troops and store any amount of lorium. If you ever drop under 21, then you focus on the limits again. And that is very clear right here. Infinite, infinite. So if you get this marker up to here, then lorium is also infinite.
Nice.
Habitats. Habitats are the population centers. They come in 4 types. Camp, outpost, settlement, colony. We already went over that in setup, how those are all out there, the 1, 2, 3, and 5. When you gain a habitat, place a control flag there. Move your influence up the track accordingly.
Yep.
When you lose it, move the influence marker down accordingly, so you no longer have that influence. If you take a habitat from another faction, you go up, they go down, as expected. You'll never go below your starting influence based on your faction card.
Makes sense. If you're doing math correctly.
Oh, yeah. For control flags, each faction has 7. So you can only control 7 habitats. There's obviously significantly more on the map.
Yep.
If you would gain an 8th...
A lot of them are going to end up falling into the abyss and like being destroyed.
Oh, yeah. If you were to gain an 8th, it is your choice. You can remove one of your 7 previous to take the 8th one.
Nice.
So you only will have 7, but you get to choose which of the other ones to remove.
So like you can bank in on a bunch of 1s at the start of the game and then go and scrap those.
Or if you know one's about to fall into an abyss, get rid of that one.
Yep.
Controlling a habitat is considered a resource. Habitat control may only be spent or traded when an action allows you to do so. And then keeping track. Your current influence always equals your starting influence plus habitats. Cool. So very straightforward.
Yeah.
All right, now, understanding what all of these different areas really mean.
Woohoo! Here we go.
The planet board represents Kepler 62e. That is the name of this planet. The board is a flat circle, but we are not flat earthers. This is a spherical planet.
It's true.
During setup, the board is assembled into 2 layers. You have your top layer and your bottom layer. The bottom layer is what's under all of this. The top layer is all of the hex tiles. At the center, you have a colony city surrounded by 6 rings of hex tiles. These rings are important when resolving fractures, as they are used to determine which hexes collapse. Edge pieces are the ones around the edges here. Spaces, both hex tiles and hexagonal spaces are considered spaces. So each of these tiles is a space, and then underneath, the tile you're on is also a space. The hex you're on is a space. Units have to be in a space when on the game board. Movement between spaces ignores whether the space is on top or bottom. So there's no 3-dimensional where you like have to count down spaces and then back up.
Yeah.
It's all 1 by 1 by 1.
We have like 3 moves. And it's like, okay, 1.
Yeah, go down
2,
a while.
3.
Yeah. Which is kind of, I would like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Huh.
Like you have to be like, okay, I got to pay 2 to go down and pay 2 to come back up.
Yeah.
The top layer, the landscape terrain, which is what we see right now. You have your 6 terrain types. You have all of the features. You have camps, outposts, settlements, explorable, lorium, tunnel, lake, and mountain. Functions of the features. So, very straightforward. Your 4 camp, outpost, settlement, colony. Those are all your habitats. Explorable and lorium. Those are resources that miners and harvesters can gather.
So the blank spaces are explorables, and lorium are the purple pretty spaces.
Yep. Tunnel. You may move between one to another tunnel space.
That's cool.
So you have a tunnel here and a tunnel over there. I can just skip this battle and hop right over there.
That's cool. I like that.
Lakes and mountains. Impossible.
That's French.
Congratulations, you're stupid at 3 languages.
That's my favorite scene of any movie.
Yeah. You fired up? F you. No,
that's your favorite scene? Yeah. No, mine is
definitely...
That
that whole thing. Like, how much more clearly can I have been? I said it in Spanish.
Oh, no, I was thinking, when you said you're stupid at 3 languages, I'm thinking about Paul Rudd.
No, I know. I just
yeah.
went to like 3 different movies.
Yeah, you did.
So mountains and lakes, you cannot pass or walk through or anything. You're not Jesus.
You don't know that.
Devastated. Underneath, on the bottom, reveal relic tokens.
Okay, that's what I was assuming, is like when this is revealed, that 1 would go
and
there.
Abyss, also now impassable.
Yeah. So Devastated is where, do you want to grab one of those relic tokens?
Yeah.
Actually, we'll find one closer in here. Let's see what we got here. So Abyss can't go through it. A lot of these are probably going to be Devastated right here.
There we go.
So we have a dark one. That is where one of these nice little tokens here. Boop, if I can get you in the middle. There we are. We'll go right there, and you can go grab that relic. That's fun. I like that. Like when this comes up, okay, now you're going to this area where it gets more risky to be there because you have less movement you can do to pick that bad boy up. Sweet.
Yep, and it does say as soon as you reveal a Devastated, token goes down.
Cool. And you don't know what relic it's going to be because it's a random deck, I assume. So.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, something else that's fun. I'm going to go right here. So if I have a troop right here on the edge, There are 3
Glory?
orange arrows. What?
Instead of glory. I'm on the edge. Yeah.
3 arrows are orange. The orange arrows are considered adjacent to each other. So every edge space, so I can go from here over here or over here. So all orange are considered adjacent to each other.
Interesting. You sure it's not directly across from them?
It says edge spaces with matching chevron arrows are adjacent to each other. That's all it says.
Oh,
so assuming all of them. Space capacities. So just to re-emphasize this, we already knew this.
Oh, no,
Each space.
Matching might be literally like matching. So like this is adjacent to that one. That would make more sense. This is adjacent to that one. Because you're going around the world. It's Pac-Man style.
That's true. It is a world. I guess that we'll
yeah.
use that.
Because literally I think what it means by matching is means match, like paired up.
I wish you just numbered these then, like 1 to 20 and then 1 to 20 again.
Yeah.
Be like, just go to the other number.
Yeah. So that this is.
Because that doesn't make sense to go from here to there either. Yeah.
Or like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, space capacity. Your spaces, each space can contain 3 troops. Speakers, soldiers, miners, in any combination.
Okay.
Or 2 troops plus 1 vehicle.
Okay. I was wondering about that. I was like, this guy's big.
Yeah.
Because, is that why you have a little...
Oh, sorry, Carl.
The little... That is why. The vehicle has a little, like...
Yeah, hole.
Little spot for 2 troops.
If combat is initiated, no more than 2 opposing factions can be in that space. So you're not doing like a 3-way combat situation here. It's not Spider-Man. Each faction in the space must observe that capacity limit.
Okay.
So each faction can have 3 in a space for combat.
So the maximum amount of firepower you can have in one spot is 1 vehicle, 1 power mech, and 2 soldiers.
Yes.
Roll 4, 5, 6 dice. Nice.
Space capacity is physically reinforced by the footprint of each unit's miniature. Oh, look at that. 3 troops will fit into a hex, into a half a hex. So it just shows pictures. I'm not gonna. It just shows that like if you have this situation, he would be on this side of the hex with his 2 units. I could be on this side with 2 units as well.
Oh yeah. It's putting them.
Yeah.
Together, for hugging it out. Just bang.
Let's do this next thing, and I'll give you combat. All right, so the next piece is just kind of go over these other sideboards and everything else we got going on here. So these are, we'll go, fantastic, right there. So next, you have the Cysmograph Board, which is sitting right there. The Cysmograph Board represents the planet's instability. It features number tracks based on player count, and then 2 empty positions. During game setup, follow the setup. We already did that. So you're going to place every 1 on each space that you're not using, and then all the rest on the space you are using, in this case 2 players. During play, tremors move to the right. When they reach the fracture zone, a fracture occurs. A fracture can be triggered. A tremor movement can be triggered by a command card with the tremor icon, a strike die result during combat, or some discovery cards. So just pay attention. So like the strike die result is that right there. You have some cards that could have the symbol in discovery.
Cool. Didn't find one. Nice.
No. Now the fracture. So once that stack has moved into that area, a fracture occurs.
I assume.
The player who triggers the fracture draws a token. There are a total of 42 tokens. There are 36 landscape tokens, such as what you just drew. One side shows a type, the other side shows a row. So flip it over. Boom. There are 6 special tokens. There are 2 false alarms, 1 devastated, 2 pool 2 more, and 1 colony city. False alarm, nothing happens. Devastated, destroy everything, including relic tokens on all devastated spaces.
Oh, nice.
So you're just going to clean the devastated away. Pool 2 more is literally draw 2 more, but resolve them 1 by 1. And then colony city, you're collapsing the dead center.
God, just pull 2
only
more,
of
pull
them.
another, pull 2 more, pull another, pull 2 more. Insane.
To resolve, once you've drawn, if it's a landscape tile, collapse all indicated spaces in any order. They are now all collapsing spaces happen technically simultaneously. For each space, follow the collapse section, which we'll get to here in a second. If it's a special token resolve, discard the token, returning it to the game box, not back to the bag. Reset the seismograph, and then if there was a devastated tile, put a relic down.
This doesn't go back in the bag, right?
It does not.
Okay, makes sense.
For a collapse, spaces usually collapse during a fracture. Only spaces with hex tiles can collapse.
Makes sense.
Resolving a collapse. Unlocked units with early warning can escape. Colony ships always will escape.
So that's the miners and the harvesters and the colony ship all have early warning.
Yep. Everything else is destroyed. Return units to the reserve.
Wait, that's a miner. Sorry. Soldier.
Remove hex tiles and any features, placing them back in the game box.
So we remove the mountains and the hex tiles.
Then again, it re-emphasizes place a relic token down if there's a devastated space.
This will not be Mount Doom.
That's Mordor.
Was it Mount Doom the... It was Mordor? It was Mordor. Casting the Flames of Mordor. Yep.
Mount Doom's something else. No, Mount Doom...
That's Mount Doom.
Mordor's the city.
Yeah,
Mount Doom's the actual mountain.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We were both right, technically.
Okay. Okay. I'm the guy who hates ties. So I put a relic down, if you guys didn't see. Relic.
Yep. And then for early warning, again, this just emphasizes early warning. It only works if the unit is unlocked. This is a theme across the thing. If it's a locked unit, none of these happen.
You just have a 6-unit battle going on, then all of a sudden, poof, and you just... Poof.
Yeah, good.
That's hilarious.
Escaping rules. The destination space that you're escaping to must be adjacent and also not collapsing. So you can't go from one collapsing space to another, trigger early warning again to go to another.
Well, these spaces are interesting. Not the tunnels, but like this corner spot has arrows pointing to that one and to this one. So like from here you can either go to here or you can go over there. That's cool. That's around the world.
Enemy units block escape, so you cannot unless the escaping uses the colony ship. So if I'm lined up blocking, he can't hop into my space. Always respect space capacity. Escaping units must bring along any and all friendly units from the same space. You must all go to the same space when escaping from one space. If no valid destination exists, it is now destroyed.
Except for
the colony ship.
Except for colony ship.
Well, the colony ship can always go somewhere, yes.
Yeah.
They would then, so it says they move, if they have to move, colony ships always escape. They move to an adjacent passable space and destroy everything in that space.
Okay.
So if I had a unit there, it would just move into my space and kill me.
Gotcha.
If entering with a relic token, pick it up.
That's only if there's no other valid space to move into, right? Or can I just choose to move
Only if there's no valid.
Okay. I just mow you down with my colony.
Yeah. No, wait, no.
What do the words say?
It just says move to an adjacent passable space. Okay. It doesn't say it has to be first looked to see if it's available.
It just says all features are destroyed?
Yeah, and that's only for the colony ship.
Okay, so that include mountains?
Passable space. Yeah, passable space.
Yeah.
I thought, that's why I reread it a few times.
No,
wait,
no mountain,
okay.
no lake.
Yeah.
No abyss.
No abyss. Oh, yeah. You can move to abyss anyway.
This here, you're good on.
Yeah.
Units. Okay.
Movement. We'll again, we've gone over this a few times. There is a graphic if you want to show your player aid. We'll zoom into you right there.
My player aid?
There's a graphic at the bottom left there on the other side. Yep. That shows all of the spaces and what everything is about them. So boom, boom, boom. It shows you what's there available if you're going to do a movement.
Oh, nice. It says impassable on here too.
Yes.
Mountain impassable, lake impassable.
Hex tiles and hexagonals underneath are both called spaces. Two spaces are adjacent as long as their sides touch. They are edge spaces with matching global movement arrows, or they are tunnel spaces. So general restrictions, you have impassable terrain, you have space capacity, enemy units. Colony ship movement cannot move into lakes, abysses, or mountains. It cannot move into a space containing another ship, so you can't go ship on ship. It may use the global movement arrows, but you cannot send your ship through a tunnel.
Makes sense.
When it enters a space, it always destroys everything. Habitats, tunnels, etc. For clarifications, colony ships may move through a space with their... troops and vehicles may move through a space with a colony ship of your own, but it cannot end the space there, or end its movement there. Friendly units may move through spaces that have a space capacity, but again, you cannot end your movement there. Enemy units with an engage ability may move into a space with an unlocked enemy troop. So you can initiate combat because you have the engage ability. A locked unit cannot move. Again, that's in fear in combat. Global movement. Each edge space. Here we go for clarification. See this. It's going to be a wonderful thing.
Nice.
Each edge space is marked with global movement arrow. Edge spaces are adjacent to all other edge space with the same arrow pattern and color.
All other, okay.
Units may move directly from one edge space to another. Global movement arrows remain functional even if there is a collapse.
Okay.
And there's an example picture here.
Yes, you want.
Boom, 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 of how this works. So the yellow spaces there are kind of showing you can go to any other space. So all of these 4 yellow arrows go to every other space with 4 yellow arrows.
Okay, cool.
So if you're here, you can just go here.
Or just choose not to move.
Yeah. That's not as fun.
Yeah.
The tunnel. All tunnel spaces are adjacent to each other. They function the same as a normal movement phase. A unit ending in a tunnel occupies the space normally and is not in the tunnel. You're just on the space with the tunnel. There's still capacity spaces. If you enter a space with a relic token, pick it up.
So if I'm here and you're here, you can't engage and battle with me from here.
Yeah.
Just shoot into the tunnel.
Yeah. If you enter a space with a relic, pick it up. You do not have to end your movement. You can move in, pick it up, and keep moving.
Nice.
Units may use the jump jet movement. Units may use jump jet movement to move, but cannot pick up relics if doing so, because you're not on the ground. Which are your power mechs.
Gotcha.
So power mechs have jump jets. They give them other effects. Units moving through jump jet must end its move on a legal space. If you have units with engage performing jump jet may initiate a combat by landing on a space containing unlocked enemy units. So you can just bloop, hop right there. Units performing this must use global movement arrows accordingly, but cannot use tunnels. So same thing as your ship. And then units performing jump jet cannot pick up relics.
So when the power mech moves, jump jet is an option on the way to move them, or do they always move that way?
Let's see what she has on
The
card. May move up to 5. So yeah, you can move normally, and then you could trigger a tremor to move jump jet style.
Got it. So it's an addition to your regular move.
Yes. And that is now it for the movement. So again, it's very wordy.
Oh no, it's choosing one. Sorry, it's in the same section. So either regular move or jump jet move. Got it.
Based on where you want to go.
Cool.
So again, it's very wordy for those sections, but it's just overemphasizing. So it's very clear. Follow your constraints for space capacity if you're ending movement.
Yep.
If you have a locked unit, it ain't going nowhere. Only unlocked units can move. And your ship is pretty much indestructible.
Combat. Combat is a skirmish between units from 2 factions. That's it.
2.
Any space containing units from 2 different factions in a combat space. Each combat is separate and always involves exactly 2 factions. No third-party control. Clearly, this must have been an issue in testing because you just said that same thing 3 different times to make sure you know. Its main purpose is to capture enemy units, though it may serve other tactical purposes. Typically, once you have the blueprint from an opponent, you no longer have any need to engage in combat with them. Okay? So that's why for the 2-player, 3-player variant, it's recommending that you do another one so you combat more. Excuse me. Only troops and vehicles participate in combat. Colony ships are never involved. All units in a combat space are involved. None can sit out. No bench warmers. Units in a combat space are locked. Important concepts. Combat occurs in 2 distinct steps. Initiating combat and resolving combat. So for initiating combat, a combat is initiated when a unit with the engaged ability, so soldiers and power mechs, enter a non-combat space containing enemy units. This usually happens via a move or recruit/deploy action, but can also be triggered by game effects. The players whose units initiated the combat is the attacker. The other player is the defender. The attacker places a combat marker from the supply into their initiating unit's back cavity, a feature only on soldiers and power mech miniatures. This reinforces which units can initiate combat. So those little things you had earlier go into the back of these guys like that. We thought it was damage, but it's just showing.
Yeah.
The player who initiates combat is the attacker, but the attacker places the combat.
And Humpty Dumpty over here.
Well, it's because that's not somebody who can have it.
Yep.
It's only the soldiers and the power mechs trying to put it in a minor. Don't put it in a minor.
The 49er can't have it.
Yeah. So the combat marker signifies this space is now a combat space. So you're putting that marker in when you initiate combat as the attacker.
So we're going to move in on my move action, and boom, fuck some shit up.
Mm-hmm. All units in this space are locked. Locked units cannot move, perform actions, or use early warning. So even though my miner has early warning for tremors, it does not mean that I can detect him coming and like, whoop, backing out of this. Good luck, soldier. Nope, he's stuck. The side with the marker is the attacker. Important later for strike dice. The combat must be resolved when either the attacker or defender plays their battle command card. Units with or without engage from their faction in the combat may join the combat by entering the space, respecting space capacity. So even if you don't have engage, you can enter that space to join the combat. So then resolving combat. A combat is resolved later, often several turns after initiation. This usually occurs when a player plays their battle command card, which forces them to resolve the combat, or through a bonus action or game effect that resolves a single combat. Combat resolution consists of alternating strikes, attack rolls, until one side is eliminated or flees. Since strikes are not simultaneous, first strike, who attacks first, is extremely important. Cool. So, steps to resolve combat. Step 1, select a combat to resolve. If resolving via battle command card, you must resolve all your combats, one at a time in any order. If resolving a combat via a bonus action, only one combat is resolved. So, number 2, determine first strike. The player who triggered resolution, so via the battle command card, bonus action, or other game effect, gains the first strike. They're preemptive. Certain cards or abilities may steal first strike. Important. Attacker/defender status does not determine first strike. So, just because board is the one who came here to initiate does not mean he gets first strike. I could have known he was coming, so I put my miner there.
But I used a battle card, which automatically gives me first strike.
So, quick side note. Watched the first playthrough for Queen's Dilemma, which we will probably do off screen first because the one where we have like 6 people, and it's like where you have your faction and like realm,
Sure.
and you have dilemmas you're trying to resolve. You vote yeah or nay. The first card was, should we lower the age for who we send into war? All right, back to it. Strike or flee. The player with the first strike decides to strike or flee. If unable to defeat the opponent, so one soldier versus a power mech, they must flee. So the reason why they're saying that you have to flee in that situation is because the power mech requires like 2 dice to beat him. You need to roll, was it a 3 and then a 5, something like that?
6 and a 4.
6 and then a 4 to be able to beat them. So there's no way one soldier could beat a power mech, which I like that there's like a power dynamic where it's like, no, you're not even going to luck it out.
Yeah.
You can't. All right. So strike. So this is the first part of part 3 there.
Yep.
So a strike represents one player's attack. The player with first strike attacks first unless they choose to flee. The striking player performs the following steps. Collect battle dice. The striking player is the attacker. They gain the blue strike die. If the striking player is the defender, they gain the green strike die. The striking player gathers yellow combat dice and red combat dice equal to the combat attributes of their units in the combat. Got it? Cool. Then you roll dice. Roll all battle dice. Apply any rolls immediately from ability cards. So the striking player. So you're doing all this right now because you're the one striking me.
Yep, so over here, I have, in the space, I have 1 blue die because I am the attacker. I have 1 red die because I have 1 soldier in the space. I also have 1, oh, this guy wouldn't have moved in, so I only have 1 soldier in the space.
And then I'm not the striking player, so I don't even have these. It says, if I was a striking player and I was the defender, I would get the green dice.
Oh, got it.
So so just again, the attacker defender, so he's the attacker, hence the red marker because he initiated the combat.
I'm also the striker, which is separate though.
Right. So if he came in to initiate, but then I chose to actually, they can't even see.
What? Oh, back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
We just had it, yeah.
So because he's the attacker and I'm the defender, if I chose the first strike, then I would have the blue dice, and I would have the green dice because I'm the defender as the striking person.
Yes.
So there might be some confusion there.
I roll my dice.
Yep, roll them all. Apply rolls immediately.
So this says times 1 reroll, and I have a 5.
Cool.
So for that symbol, I'm assuming it's going to go over the dice here in a second.
Yep. So apply strike die results. First up, reroll. Reroll 1 combat die of your depicted color. Value modifier.
Does it say may or just re-roll 1 die?
It says to re-roll. So value modifier, add the depicted modifier to the combat die, which could say +1 above. Tremor. Trigger a tremor. If the tremor results in a fracture, resolve it immediately. Yeah.
So it seems like you have to do what's on the die.
Yeah, it says roll all battle dice. Apply any re-rolls immediately.
So I have to re-roll. So I re-roll the 5, and now it's a 1. Me.
Apply shields. The non-striking player may decrease combat die values by -1 per unit with shield. So speakers have shield.
Yeah.
Each shield must be applied to a different die. Each combat die cannot be affected by more than 1 shield. Play discovery cards. Play discovery cards as combat die modifiers. The striking player may play 1 discovery card as a combat die modifier on each combat die. When the non-striking player may do the same. Then the non-striking player may do the same. So attacker first modifies their dice, then the non-striking player can do it with cards as well.
So boom, I'm going to use 1 card. I add +3, so now my 1 becomes a 4.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go -3.
So 1 becomes a 4, becomes a 1.
For the sake of the example, we'll do that. So move up, non-true player modified, regardless whether it's been modified or yet not. So if he used that on 1 die, I could use modifier cards on another die.
Yeah.
This continues alternating back and forth between players. When the non-striking player passes, no more discovery cards may be played. Either player. Modified values may exceed the values printed on the dice.
And it did say earlier, I don't remember if we called it out, I'm assuming we did. You could have a max of 5 in your hand of discovery cards. Yeah,
we covered it quickly with the reset.
Yeah.
But so with that alternating, so he could do, if he had 2 dice, he could play 1 card on that die. I could play another card on a different die, and then go back to you to be able to play a card on the die if you wanted to. If you say no, then I could go again. I could either pass or play a card on that one. But the moment the non-striker passes, that's it.
Yep.
Okay. And now you, then just make sure you heard at the end, modified values may exceed the value printed on the dice.
Yep.
Assign hits. The striking player assigns combat dice to enemy units using their modified values. Troops are defeated by 1 die that equals or exceeds their health value. Vehicles are defeated by 2 dice that equal or exceed their 2 health values on a single strike.
Yep.
Excess values or dice do not carry over between strikes. Captured or destroyed defeated units. So defeated units are captured and placed in the striking player's holding area.
In this case, I would have killed his miner. You had 4 hits. Boom. I take out the miner. It would come over here and go into a holding area.
Yep. I think each holding area can hold 2 small units or 1 big one.
Yep.
Nice.
That is very nicely depicted in the pictures right here for each of the holy spaces.
Some effects destroy units instead, return those to their owner's reserve. End of strike. If a unit from only one faction remains in the space, combat ends. Otherwise, the other player must now choose to strike or flee. So now the defender, me in this case, would get to choose to strike or run away. And so in this case, if I chose to strike, I would take my green dice here. The miners use a yellow die, which don't hit as hard. And I would need to roll to take him out. But instead, I would probably choose to flee with my miner. So fleeing. Instead of striking, a player may retreat all their units together into an adjacent space that does not contain enemy units. Follow steps to flee. Select an adjacent. Those are two different words. Space without enemy units, and also that's not impassable, so Lake Mountain Abyss. Opponents may perform a final strike against fleeing units. A final strike only occurs when attacking fleeing units. So striking units roll only one combat die based on their combat attribute, with no modifiers. The striking player rolls their strike die and units combat dice, then applies the results to the fleeing units. The striking units roll only one combat dice, says, based on their combat attribute.
Red or yellow.
Okay, got it. Oh, got it. With no modifiers, the striking player rolls their strike die and the unit's combat dice, then applies the results to the fleeing units. No modifiers of any kind may be applied, including faction abilities, relic cards, discovery cards, other effects. So essentially, as I'm running away, each unit gets to roll one die.
So boom.
That's there as I run.
2 + 2 is 4.
So I'd be running
The
miner,
4, and
which would be enough.
Now cooked.
So defeated units are captured. Surviving units move into the designated space.
So yet again, we bring it in, and now boom, I have 2 units there.
Nice. Oh, they go right here.
Oh,
That's what I figured out earlier. That's what that little slot's for. So there's no cards going there, which is nice.
So we have space to
just
work
the
with.
units.
Yeah.
And because these guys, that's not going to fit there.
2-shot.
He goes, boom, like that.
Rotate 180 degrees.
No, do not.
Oh. I like that better.
Okay, that works for you. All right. So I like that. I like that when you're running away, you it's okay. You can try to run.
Yeah.
So defeated units captured. So if entering a devastated space with a relic token, the fleeing units may pick it up.
What if you just flee into the tunnel?
If no valid destination space, if you flee up to your movement, I think, right? Or it says one space. Hold on.
No, it says 1 space. Adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah, it says adjacent. Yeah. So no.
No, I know.
Just on your next turn, you can go through it immediately.
But I'm trying to shoot you and you're fleeing. I can't see. It's so dark in there.
God, Mario'd it. So if no valid destination space exists, units cannot flee and must strike. If they must flee but cannot, all the units are defeated. Period.
Yeah.
So combat ends only when one side remains in the space, either through strikes or fleeing. At this time, return all the combat markers to the supply. Those are the red markers on his back. All remaining units become unlocked. If resolving via battle command card and other combats remain, select another combat to resolve. Cool. Nice. So then just go through the example like we did.
All right.
Very, very cool. I just want to see here. It does not specify May. It just says immediately. So it's just part of the randomness. It's like it forces you to reroll.
Oh, yeah. And same thing, the modifiers, which I guess these are positive modifiers. So automatically a +1, +2. And I would assume if you're rolling, let's say 2 dice, and you get a +2, you get to decide which of the 2 dice it goes on.
Yeah.
It's not going to be both dice. This will be one of them.
Yeah, and even here it says the strike dice shows an ability to re-roll one of their yellow combat dice. They choose to re-roll the 1 after re-rolling. They get the final result of 4-2, 4-2. It doesn't say anything on the handout that it's
No, yeah.
about it. It's a may or optional.
Yeah, it just says apply strike result, die result. Yeah, so you have to do whatever the strike die says.
Okay, so now we have a Cyberattack here. So combat is the main method to gain blueprints, but there is a less confrontational and more difficult method, hacking an opponent's colony ship to steal their blueprint. This is called a Cyberattack. A Cyberattack can only gain the blueprint matching the color of the targeted player. Unlike trading captured units, a Cyberattack can fail. And I realize that these stay on here until probably you build it. Because it's not built yet, because it's a blueprint right now.
Oh, it's just a...
You know how to build it, but you haven't built it yet.
It's the idea, but not the invention.
Yes. All right, so you can perform a cyber attack when you play the Negotiate command card. Use the cyber attack red bonus action or perform certain game effects. Requirements. Only troops and vehicles can cyber attack. The unit must be unlocked and adjacent to an enemy colony ship. That's cool. Each faction's blueprint has a cyber attack target value shown on your command board in the blueprint slot that corresponds to the faction's color. So you're going to go over to your board here.
Yep.
So it's going up the middle. So here, his is a 4.
Yes. Yours is 5.
Procedure. Choose one unlocked troop or vehicle adjacent to an enemy colony ship whose blueprint you do not yet possess. Find the cyber attack target value of the blueprint matching the enemy faction's player color. Roll the enemy combat die or dice according to the combat attributes. Do not roll a strike die. Starting with the cyber attacker, both players may play discovery cards to modify single combat dice at a time, alternating back and forth, just like in combat. If multiple dice were rolled, each player may modify each die involved in the cyber attack. The defending player aims to prevent any of them from matching the target value. Once the player being cyber attacked passes, no more discovery cards may be played. If at least one combat die equals the target value, the cyber attack succeeds. So success. You gain the faction's blueprint. Flip the faction's blueprint token to its acquired side on your board. Failure. The same unit cannot attempt more than one cyber attack during the same action, but may try again in a future turn. Cool. Same thing. Just none of the other modifying dice that hit.
Yep.
Okay. We got resources, construction boards, modules, launching, and some endings here. So I'll finish off the resources if you want to go through constructing your ship. All right, resources.
This is probably going to be a repeat thing too.
Oh, sorry. In Cysmic, the following resources: Lorium crystals, discovery cards, relic cards, captured units, habitat control. Resources may be traded or spent when rules allow. If a rule specifies a resource type, only that type may be used. Not resources. So blueprints, constructed modules, the units belonging to you, and espionage cards. These cannot be traded or spent. All resource limits and storage capacities are considered to be infinite for all players during a player's turn, but all players must discard their own excess resources at the end of each player's turn. Lorium crystal. So Lorium is a native gemstone in Kepler 62e represented by Lorium tokens. Each token equals 1 Lorium. The Lorium supply is considered to be infinite. If the supply runs out, use substitutes for missing tokens. Gaining Lorium, most often through miner or harvester actions taken from the supply. Spending Lorium required to construct colony ship modules and vehicles return to the supply. Storage. Replace tokens in Lorium track of your construction board like we did earlier, filling it from bottom to top. Remove spent Lorium from top to bottom. At the end of the player's turn, discard Lorium above your storage limit. Influence determines your storage capacity. The first orange line above your influence cube marks your maximum Lorium storage.
Yep. So here it says this section max 8, max 008. So if I was here, this is not uncovered yet, so only these are uncovered. If I was here, then this is uncovered. I'm assuming that's what it's saying?
No. It's saying like if you're in this section, the top orange line max.
Oh, okay. So okay. So as long as you're in the section, you could have 5 here, 8 here if you're in that section, 10 and so on. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought the first. Okay.
Yeah, you did it right initially.
Yeah.
All right. So losing influence and moving into a lower storage section will also lower your Lorium capacity. Mm-hmm. Discovery cards. Discovery cards represent tactics, tricks, and advantages. Players can play discovery cards for one of 3 options: combat die modifier, card ability, or rewards. Once it is played for one option, discard the card face up beside the deck. Gaining discovery cards. Gained primarily through miner and harvester actions, though other effects may grant them. Draw the top card from the discovery deck when gained. If the deck is empty, reshuffle the discard pile into a new deck. Cool. So, Goes over some things here. So the combat die modifier, we know what that is. We can do that before, up in the corner that you pointed to. The card ability, so the discovery cards may be played to use their ability. So you have an action, which is on a gray card.
Yep.
So maybe played during your play a discard card gray bonus action.
Yep.
Or just play this gray discovery card. Boom.
Yep.
Cool. Then you have a reaction, which is a green card. So the action text says may be played immediately when its condition is met, even during another player's turn.
Yep.
Cool. Then at the bottom of all the cards, you have rewards. So discovery cards may be played to gain their rewards during the play discovery card gray bonus action. Icons at the bottom of the card indicate rewards. Cool. Limits. At the end of each turn, you can only hold the 5 discovery cards, so discard the extras. That's everyone's turn. Game mode icons. So there's some icons on these, so they represent the different game modes. So there's the espionage icon, Euro icon, which is the brain.
Yeah.
Espionage is the little man in the hat.
Yep.
Solo is the one player, and then a molten core is the thing that looks like a molten core.
Yep.
And the rewards range from bonus actions, items, habitats, and units.
Yep. And very clearly, plus sign is get both, slash is pick one or the other.
Yep. I think that's on the reference too.
It is.
It's nice. Okay. Now we have Planetary Events Mini Expansion, a new type of discovery card, which we do have in here. We will have in here for our main playthrough as well. It's only for competitive mode. The Planetary Events Mini Expansion is 12 new discovery cards that trigger global events. They are marked with the Planetary Events icon, which is an exclamation point in the circle at the top of the card. To include them during the game
It's
setup.
also just yellow.
Yeah, it's a
the
yellow
12
card.
yellow cards.
It's a yellow card.
Yeah.
During game setup, after players have gathered their starting resources, shuffle the 12 Planetary Event cards into the discovery deck.
Ah, which makes more sense now. Because I drew this on the initial go, and I'm like, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't shuffle those in until after you have your starting discovery cards. Then grab them.
Or if you get one, just reshuffle and take a
Sure.
new one. Probably easier than trying to take them out every single time.
That's true.
To play them, when you gain a discovery card, if you draw a planetary event card, immediately reveal and resolve it.
Boom.
You make any choices required, then discard it and draw a replacement.
So this one here says, play immediately, then draw again. Flood. Collapse a space adjacent to a lake. So instantly this would go into effect. Over here, I'd be like, oh, we have a lake space. I'm going to collapse this space over here. That's now out. And now I then draw a new discovery card.
And you can choose them that has no people on it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose any space. So I could have chosen to do it with one with this person, and then he either that is a minor, so that he would have the early warning. So you got to do it strategically on like when to do it.
Yeah.
And then this would just go discard pile.
Like trap cards, just like wait for you to get people onto a spot, and then.
But it's play immediately when you draw it.
Oh yeah, those guys. Never mind. So then you have relic cards. Relic cards provide persistent abilities that enhance your faction. If the deck is empty, reshuffle, discard into a new deck. So gaining relics. Whenever you pick up a relic token, so like we have here, boom, relic token. Draw 2 relic cards. Keep 1, discard the other. Nice.
So we gotta look at them. That's fun.
Yeah. When a game effect instructs you to gain a relic card, draw 2 cards. Keep 1, discard the other. So anytime you get relic cards, always drawing 2, choosing 1 to keep, discarding the other.
So the options here, we'll just read these top 2.
Yep.
Red bonus. You can keep this. All of your command cards now have the red bonus action icon. So on the player board down here, every single one of these reds are available regardless if the symbol's there or not. So that would just be boom, and there's a slot in your thing right here for the active relic. Or option 2, when you gain a relic card, draw 2, like normal, keep both.
Oh, that's nice.
That is a me card.
That's nice. So then activating
super
relics.
stacked relic card.
To activate them, you may activate a relic from your hand at any time during your turn. You may also immediately activate a relic card upon gaining it, even on another player's turn.
So I can have a hand of relics, so like boom, that's activated. So I had another one, now I just have a hand until I want to activate them.
Exactly. And the only time you can activate from your hand, though, is on your turn. The only time you activate during another player's turn is if you, like, for instance, ran away, picked up the relic on the way, then you could activate it.
Okay.
Immediately. To activate a relic, place it in the face-up available relic slot, the right edge of your construction board. If both slots are full, you may discard one of your active relics cards to make way for a new one. Relic cards in slots are active Their effect cannot be voluntarily switched off. So you got to do it if it's there. Relic cards in your hand are inactive. Relic card limits. Each player possesses a maximum of 5 relic cards at a time of each turn. Discard the extras. Active relics. Maximum of 2. 5 total. 2 on the board plus 3.
Okay. That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
Total relics, active plus inactive. Maximum 5. Was literally the next
Nice.
one.
Yep.
Yep.
I was like 2 plus 5 or 2 plus 3?
And then remember, you can also get rid of relic cards to take back command cards you used on a previous turn. That's the first thing you do on your turn.
Yes.
You can get rid of active or inactive relics by discarding them to take back any command card you played, either face down or that you actually used.
Yep. So if you draw one, you're like, this really doesn't help my play style. Next turn, scrap it, bring some cards back.
It gives you options. All right, captured units. Captured units are enemy units you have defeated in combat or obtained through a game effect. Capturing units. When you defeat an opponent's troop or vehicle in combat or by effects, place it in one of your holding cells without a constructed module on the left of your constructed board. Cool. Construction board, that's what those are called.
Yep.
Construction boards. Capacity. 6 holding cells total. Each cell holds either 2 troops or 1 vehicle. Holding cells next to a constructed module closes permanently. So the further you get in building...
And it just literally covers the spot.
Which is great. The further you get in building your ship to take off, the fewer people you can steal.
Yeah.
So essentially, if you're fighting, you're just killing people at that point. Alrighty. Trading captured units. Exchange 2 troops or 1 vehicle to their owner for the opponent's blueprint. Traded units return to their owner's reserve. Other effects. Rescue units return to their owner's reserve. Stolen units are transferred to the new captor's holding area. Damn.
And that is part of the gray effect of your bonus options. It seems like they don't get a choice. So it just says, gain 1 blueprint by trading captured units to an opponent.
Yep.
So they don't get a choice whether to give you the blueprint or not and take their units back. They have to take their units back. You get the blueprint.
Which is good because board would never. You'd be like, no, keep them.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need them.
They got captured.
As long as I have 1.
Let them die.
That would be a fun strategy. It's like, okay, you can capture my units, but now you've covered all your spaces. I've unlocked a bunch of stuff, and I'm never taking them back.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out how to get rid of them.
Yeah. During any turn, your holding capacity is considered to be infinite. At the end of each turn, return your choice of surplus units back to either owner's reserve. If all your holding cells are closed, you must discard all captured units at the end of your turn. So obviously, in that case, you would not get any blueprints for returning them because you're over your capacity.
Yeah.
Yep. It says no miniature slots physically into the holding cells, 2 troops on the side, or 1. And it shows that I did it properly. So then habitat control. Gaining control of habitats increases influence and counts as a resource. Your control over a single habitat counts as 1 resource regardless of its influence value. Habitat control may be traded or spent only when an action or game effect allows resources to be traded or spent. Trading habitat control. Both players agree which habitat is exchanged. Update control of flags and influence immediately. Paying resources with habitat control. Choose any habitat you control. No negotiation is required. Remove your control flag and update the influence immediately. Losing influence from the habitat loss may decrease Lorium storage capacity. Cool. So you can trade or spend it. It's a resource once you have it. And then construction board. All you.
All right. So we'll go to this view. Construction board. So the construction board is broken up into multiple areas. You have area A, which is the planetary influence track. That is literally your influence, how much you're earning. Right next to it, you have your Lorium storage track. You have letter C is indicating what we went over before. So if you're located here, this is your maximum available to you. So you have to stay below your maximum at the end of your turn. Or you're not, you have to, you're forced to. What? At or below. Yeah, at or below. You then have your relic card slots off to the top over here. You have captured unit capacity, which Nick just went over in totality, so I'm not going to repeat all of that. You have your blueprint tokens. At the start of the game, there are 6 blueprint tokens. You possess all the blueprints. You don't possess. You must possess all of the blueprints to construct your ship.
You possess them, but you don't know how to read them yet?
Yeah. You can gain blueprints in one of a few different ways. 1, return captured units. Return 2 units or 1 vehicle to gain the equivalent blueprint color. The unit must belong to the faction you're giving back to. You can only gain the blueprint matching the color of the targeted player. So you don't gain what I had. So I had it in orange. I'm not gaining orange. I gain his player colors blueprint.
So I wonder how you get any other blueprints in the game then. If
I'm about to read that off. Literally, what the section is. The blueprint section.
The blueprint section.
Returning units back to the owner cannot be refused, as we just clarified anyway. Trading one faction's units to another may be done during resource trading or other game effects.
It's just trading hostages?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that's one way to get a blueprint. Second way, Cyberattack. Hack an enemy's ship to take any color.
Wait, so for the trading, you're just saying in general you can trade them. It's not saying if you trade people to another faction that you get that faction's blueprints as well. Meaning, like, if you had...
No, I have to give your units to you. I can't give yours to someone else.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Just passing them around.
Oh, you need that blueprint? Yeah, here, I'll give you these guys and you give me your blueprint.
That's just life. That's how the world works.
Unfortunately.
So the second way is Cyberattack. Hacking an enemy's colony ship.
Yep.
Each blueprint has a Cyberattack target value in the middle of the blueprint slot. You gain a blueprint. When you gain a flip it to the acquired side. You now know how to construct the module.
That also said it was only for their blueprint. Previously when I read it.
See, page 31. So yeah, so it says go back to the Cyberattack section.
Yeah.
So
it's also only for their section. It says it's the same way. So you have two ways of getting someone else's blueprint, so it's possible that that's the only way to get the other player's blueprints is by doing one of those two things, and the other ones that aren't other players' blueprints probably have a different way of doing it.
Yeah. Constructing modules. You must construct all 6 modules to launch your ship. You can construct it if you possess the corresponding blueprint, or if you can pay its construction costs. There we go. The construction cost is both lorium and influence to be able to do so. Recalling troops potentially could be part of that as well, which is this, or not, what can be, what is, that is this symbol on the side here. So locate one or more of your unlocked troops anywhere on the planet and place them into your reserve. So, for example, we'll look at the very bottom one. The manual construction cost for this module is 4 lorium and 3 unlocked troops, whose cost totals at least 3 influence. The player may recall 3 soldiers, which is 1 influence piece. Boom, boom, boom. Or sorry, 3 influence apiece. So, but you have to do 3.
So 3.
Or
so returning recruits that equal 3 influence. So it could be
yes.
It could be 1 miner, or it could be 3 soldiers, or it could be a soldier and a speaker.
Exactly the example here. The section in blue, there it is, reminds players to ignore the cost when using this robotic construction and only pay the lithium or lorium cost. So this is not a cost of influence. This is saying what you have to have like as requirements. The lorium is a cost.
And so the robotic thing is a gear symbol. So it says when that's the thing that's initiating construction, ignore that portion.
It says the section in blue reminds players to ignore influence costs when using robotic construction.
Yeah, so construct multiple colony ship modules for only their lorium costs. So on your colony ship action...
Oh, you don't have to do this part.
You don't have to do the part by returning people.
Got it.
Because that means return people back to your base, reserve, right?
Yes. Recall them,
yeah.
So methods of construction. You have manual, here it is. Manual construction is paying both, or robotic construction, paying only the lorium cost. Perfect. Nice. When you construct a module, slide its blueprint to the left, revealing the green activated icon. It covers the holding cell. When holding cells close, you may be forced to discard surplus captured units. And then number 2, place the module miniature into the launcher, which is our big colony ship over here.
Yep. So if I did my fuel cells, I would grab
the fuel cell.
My fuel cell, which
it's on the whatever.
I think a small one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. This one.
Yeah.
Oop. Stupid. This guy. Number 2, right? Yep. So fuel cell goes right in. Boom. Fueled up, ready to go. Not quite yet.
As soon as you have all 6, you launch the ship. So launching your ship, there's no VP in this game. You must launch the ship to win the game. Your ship has to have all 6 modules and must not be on a devastated space. Your colony ship command card includes an evacuate action. This action allows you to retrieve your unlocked units in preparation for launch. You can only perform evacuate when you have completed the ship. First, move each of your unlocked units one at a time towards your colony ship using normal movement. Your units may enter the colony ship space at this point. Return each unit that enters the space to your reserve. Important, your locked units and those held captive cannot be evacuated. Locked units must be unlocked to move for evacuation. Captured units must be returned or rescued. Now, launching. Automatic success. If all of your troops and vehicles are in your reserve, you launch. You done did it. Otherwise, roll the big old fat humanity die. If you attempt to launch with any of your units stranded, count the number of troops that are not in your reserve. Roll the humanity die. The humanity die will say, will you leave? Are you able to leave 1, 2, 3, or 4 units behind? If you roll the red X, that means you can leave no units behind. You have to have them all back. If you roll the infinity symbol, you can leave all units behind.
Yeah.
If you roll equal to or higher than the number of units stranded, you're good. So if you only had 1 unit stranded, as long as you didn't roll the X, you're good.
Cool.
If you roll less than, you hesitate. You cannot launch. Play continues, and you can attempt again next turn.
So how do you get units off the planet?
You walk them into the space with this. So that's the only time you can bring them into this space.
As in they're walking, they go back to reserve?
Yeah, and they go right back to reserve. Cool. End of game. The moment someone launches, game ends. So now it has a few other things.
Successfully, I assume.
What?
Successfully, I assume.
Yes. Yeah, successful launches. Well, if you didn't launch, the other...
That's true.
You attempted, but you didn't launch.
True.
So there's 3 optional game mode additions here.
Nice.
So, actually, there's a few other things here, too, fun.
Nice.
So number 1, Echoes of Humanity. If a player launches while leaving units behind, their choice has consequences in future games. Record the information on that pad of paper.
Nice.
In that player's next game, remove the listed units from their reserve during... Oh. Every time. So, if you use this optional add-in for future games, that player remove the listed units from the reserve during the game, return them to the box. They are unavailable to that player. So if you stranded them in game 1, in game 2, they don't even get that player.
That's crazy.
Do you have clothes?
Yeah. Right here.
Okay, cool. She wasn't out there. It freaked me out.
Is that mine?
It says your name on it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Say hi. Hi.
Hi, buddy.
You want to come out or you want to stay in? Come on. It's okay.
Alright.
So we lose the unit if
for the next game, singular next game. After that penalty is served, win or lose, check the debt is paid box. Then it goes back to normal.
That's fine.
So if you win game 1, you left, let's say, 1 minor behind, you'd mark that off. You'd lose the minor in game 2 completely. And then at the end of game 2, regardless of what happens, you say, yep, I've done that. And at the end of game 2, you also successfully launched and left someone behind. That's another unit you'll lose in the 3rd game. But you get the minor back.
That's cool. That's fun.
There's a few alternate endings here, too. It's just some options that you can work here. So, counters to the humanity die. If you build it, you will leave. You can play a version where it says the first person to complete their colony ship wins immediately. You don't have to evacuate. You just completed all 6 areas, done. There's a guilty conscience. To win, the player must complete their colony ship and evacuate all units, regardless of the humanity die. So you don't roll the humanity die. You have to get all your units back.
Nice.
There are 2 other ways that can change how you end the game. Number 1, simultaneous endings. When a player launches, each player has 1 final turn to attempt to launch as well. And you can then tie. Or
Cool.
Equality for all. That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
When any player launches, all players finish the current round, ensuring everyone takes the same amount of turns. Any additional players who launch also win.
Okay.
So that's just... I don't necessarily mind that because it allows you to have equal amount of turns. So if you're first player and you finished first, at least it gives everyone else a chance to finish off.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So now we bring out some new things. Woohoo! So this is... let's go in front of you for a second. This is the end of the competitive game mode for Cysmic. So if you were interested in the competitive mode, that was everything we just did.
Yeah.
It is very repetitive. We'll call that out in the book. But the player aid is very good at covering the major bullet points of how to play, resolving combat, and all the iconography.
Things were repetitive. I could see people messing up over and over again. Which
true.
I get it.
I wish it was just like an FAQ or like thing at the beginning instead of like every section.
Box.
Yeah. But now we have 2 additional game modes. We're not going to cover solo. We're not going to cover co-op. But we have 2 other game modes that'll be added in here. So here we go. So Espionage. Espionage is a core part of Cysmic's original design for a competitive experience. It introduces no new mechanics, only increased depth in player interaction. It was separated into a modular to help players learn how to play first.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Nice.
To play Espionage, you have a deck of Espionage cards.
Yes.
Shuffle that deck on up.
Shuffity, 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 woohoo. All right.
You will then add in all discovery cards with the Espionage icon. You will add in all relic cards with the Espionage icon. You will add in all faction cards with the Espionage icon. So just add all the cards in at that point.
Yep.
Player setup. For players, we now will use the other side of the board, which adds this exploit and sabotage area to the side. Each player replaces the negotiate command card, that would be in your set of cards here, negotiate, with the newly acquired negotiate with the icon. So you take out negotiate without the icon, add the one in with the icon.
Cool.
That is all you do for setup. So just add in all the cards with the icons.
Nice.
And setup is done. So very simple setup to add into this module. For the Espionage cards, each card has 2 options, a red sabotage or a green exploit. Sabotage inflicts a penalty on opponents. Exploit gains the owner of the card a benefit. Activation limits. In a 2 or 3 player game, you can only have 1 active card. 1 active card across all players. Yeah, so it goes like that. Yeah, so in a 2-player game or a 3-player game, only 1 card can be active.
Interesting.
Regardless of player count, a single person may only have 1 active at a time. So in a 4 to 5 player game, you can have 2 active cards across the game board or the game, but I can't have 2 myself. Which makes sense.
Yes, we're gonna lock 1.
No. In a 4 to 5 player game, there's 2 active across all 4 to 5 players.
Oh, okay.
But I can't have both of the 2.
Oh, gotcha.
So how to play. Check capacity. If you already have one, you must discard the one you have. If you do not have one, but the limit of active cards is reached, choose an existing card that's active by another player and remove it. Draw the top card of the Espionage deck, read aloud both options, activate one option, sliding it under with the non-chosen option underneath. Exactly. If the option is immediate, perform it immediately. Otherwise, slide the card under the board, waiting for the option to go into effect. That is the whole game mode. So adding Espionage in, very simple. You're just adding in one little extra fun flair, and you just have to abide by the limits. So the limits are very simple. 3 players or less, 1 card. 4 or 5 players, 2 cards. 6 players, 3 cards.
Cool.
If the limit's already met or you already have one, you have to discard 1 to add a new one.
So this here for sabotage says neutralize. This is immediately then discard. Neutralize 1 habitat controlled by each opponent. So just take that and whoop, gone. So that's re-sabotaged. The other side for exploit.
And neutralize would be just we remove our flag.
Exactly. Just whoop, gone. Exploit says once per turn after resolving your bonus action, you may perform 1 additional bonus action from the same column. Its icon must match one of the bonus actions on your command card. You may use this same icon. You may use the same icon twice. So while this option is in play. Cool. So that applies for everybody?
Exploit is owner only.
Owner only. Okay.
Sabotage is all opponents.
Okay. Cool.
So you can't sabotage yourself, and you're
Right.
not helping other players.
That's cool.
So that is, again, that's it for Espionage. The second mode is Euro. Euro offers more strategy,
Nice.
less aggressive experience. It adds missions. You grab the mission board. That top one over there.
This is a mission board?
Yeah.
Oh, blueprint mission board, yeah.
Oh, okay, yep. So the purpose of Euro is to focus more on comboing and efficiency, less on combat. Fantastic, love that. Gain blueprints by completing missions, and is ideal for teaching new players and for low conflict. So setup. In the Discovery deck, in the Relic deck, add in the cards with the little brain light bulb symbol.
Cool.
We already did that. So if you're adding in both these modules, just put all the cards in the deck. Place the mission board in view. Shuffle all of the mission cards. Done. Place one card in each mission slot on both sides. So 12 total cards.
I think this will be done instead of the regular one, not in addition to. This is instead of the regular game, the Euro style.
No, I'm saying if you're adding both together, add all the cards in.
Oh, right now. You mean if you're doing
It's in Espionage.
this version with Espionage?
Yes. Yeah. So it's yeah.
Got it.
So deal 12 cards total. The other 12 go back to the box.
Face up, face down.
Face up. You get to see the missions. Player setup. All faction cards are available in the game. Choose wisely. Give each player 6 cubes based on their player color. So I'm just going to show a few of these up here. So in the box, there are 6 cubes of each color. So here's the green cubes. You would just give those cubes to each player. This is obviously how we're going to track the missions. Flip all blueprint tokens to their missing side. If you're playing with this, you start with no blueprints.
Okay.
System. Each mission card describes a mission that you can complete on your turn. Each blueprint on the mission is flanked by 2 cards. When you complete one of the 2 cards, you may claim it by placing a cube in the recess space next to the card. You then claim that blueprint. Okay. If you claim the side here with the tremor, you trigger a tremor. So you have to, obviously it's random on how these cards are dealt out, but if one of them's easier than the other, just happens to be the tremor, you're going to impact some things.
Yep.
Mission completion. Multiple players can complete the same mission.
Makes sense.
You cannot claim a mission if you already have a blueprint. So you can't do both on top. So you can't force a tremor if you already did the other one.
Right.
Boo.
Yeah.
You may complete multiple missions in the same turn. A single action or requirement may be used to satisfy multiple. So just depending on how they go out, so for example, end turn with 14 influence and 11 Laurium could just be like, boom. I had 10 Laurium, I got up to 14, I got another Laurium, I now check.
Okay.
You are not obligated to complete a mission. So if you hit 11 Laurium, you do not have to complete it.
Interesting.
And that might be because you don't want to trigger a tremor. You're like, oh, I'll wait to try something else.
Well, you wouldn't with that one, but if it was on that side, yeah.
Yes. But if you wait to a later turn, you still have to have it met. So you can't say, oh yeah, 2 turns ago I had 11, I'm going to claim it.
Yeah, no.
You have to claim it. You have to have it at the time you're claiming it.
Makes sense.
And then finally, you can only claim a mission on the same turn you complete its requirements.
Oh, there it is.
When you complete it, place a cube down. If there's a tremor icon, do the seismograph, flip the blueprint token. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Changes in gameplay. State of conflict. All players start the game with the following changes. Opponents cannot initiate combat with your units, and you cannot initiate combat with theirs. You are immune to all harmful game effects originating from your opponents, factions, discovery, relics, command cards, bonus actions, cyberattacks. And your units may move through spaces with enemy units, but they cannot end their movement there.
Okay.
So note, your opponent can always take the first player marker from you. You're not immune to that.
It's not harmful.
When you move your colony ship, it destroys everything in space as normal. You may deliberately move it onto enemy units.
Gotcha.
So you're not immune to the colony ship destroying you, but you're immune to combat.
Got it.
Number 2, weapons-free return to combat. When you gain your own color blueprint from the mission board, you interact with your opponents and they interact with you using standard competitive mode rules. This includes combat, movement, and harmful game effects. Your blueprint is now available to your opponents to gain through normal methods. So if I gained the yellow blueprint here, I now have that marker, face up. He can then, if he had some way to take this, he can still do so.
The Cyberattack.
Yeah, so I'm assuming...
You can't initiate combat. Essentially, it's getting rid of the combat portion.
Yeah. No, it says you're immune to all, so I wonder if these are 2 different options. Because it says a 1 and a 2. So you...
Yes.
They're
together.
No, it's
not or.
No, this isn't or, I think. So this limited engagement, temporary immunity, I think is one game option you can play with this. The other one is weapons-free return to conflict.
No, if it says 1 and 2, it means that that's how the whole rulebook is. Both those things are in there, yeah. You have a question, Dad? Okay.
Discovery card market. When you gain 1 or more discovery cards, you may select them from the market and or draw them from the deck. Then replenish the market. If necessary, so there's 5 cards. So we are setting up a discovery market in this case of 5 cards.
Did you skip that piece?
I did.
You definitely did.
I did. So both relic cards and discovery cards will have a market. I saw like, oh, shuffle all the icons in. So I'll repeat this now. This makes a difference.
That's why they put it up there.
In this, because I think this is where we were talking about the cards.
Yeah.
In the discovery deck, only use cards with the Euro icon. Do not use the other cards. Then make a discovery market. Relic cards do the same thing. Remove all of the non-brain hourglass cards. Mm-hmm. Only use the others. Make a 3-card market.
Gotcha.
So that's just a major change that says, hey, if you want to play with this Euro mode, you're going to do these mission things, but there's really no combat or anything.
It's interesting because one of these that has the brain on it says, play immediately when an enemy unit enters a space containing your units. Move one of your units in that space. May flee without being fired upon.
Because it says here that you can walk into a space with enemy units. You just cannot end your movement there. Oh, I wonder if fleeing is different than combat. Because if I enter your space and then I leave your space, you can shoot at me to flee, right? Is that considered combat?
Only when you're engaged in combat.
Oh, it's only when fleeing combat?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. We might not be using this mode anyway because...
We want to fight each other.
Yeah. I thought it was like, oh, it's adding this on top of the fighting, so you have like multiple options.
No. I mean, we can.
We could do it that way.
Like, we can do it to where we have all cards available, no market available, though.
Yeah, but then this
and we have that to get a different way of getting blueprints.
I like that.
I don't know if I do.
I don't know. We'll find out. We have to play it normally first, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, if we did that, then I'd get rid of being able to pay to build these without the blueprint.
Sure.
Like that option down here. I would say, no, you need to get the blueprint, do the construction action to make that happen.
Yes, you can either get the blueprint via having 2 of your units and giving them back.
Right.
Cyber attacking, or by doing the mission.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But not outright
paying. But not straight up buying it.
Right. That's what I would say. But they probably tested that, which is why it's probably not.
All right. And that is now the end of the 2 side modes.
Woo!
So again, if you're interested in the game, I would recommend probably play the normal way, which is probably what we'll do anyway.
Yeah, we will.
For sure. And then try out the others.
I mean, we can probably add the sabotage and exploit because it just adds the 1 card thing.
That's true.
But other than that, yeah, everything else.
Now, you won't see this on YouTube, but we're going to swap the board to the other side real quick. We are back at it.
All right, everybody. So we just shifted. So we flipped the board over, which has this on the back side, which is Cysmic Battle Chess. Which is cool. It caught us by surprise when we flipped it over. So you can see we're using our units here. So you have your rooks, your knights, your bishops, your pawns all in the front, your king, your queen.
Gives you a whole little graphic right here.
Yep. So your king is your ship, built or unbuilt. There it is. All right. So Cysmic Battle Chess is a chess variant played on the backside of the planet board using the unit miniatures of Cysmic as stand-ins for standard chess pieces. There's no check or checkmate. Units move under standard chess movement rules. However, when attempting to capture an opponent's unit, instead of immediately taking it, a battle takes place. The game is for 2 players and lasts 20 minutes. So the objective, players win immediately when either condition is met. Defeat your opponent's colony ship in battle. Reach the opponent's side of the board with the colony ship. So if you either defeat the king or if you in general reach the other side of the board, you win. So for the setup, each player selects a player color and places their units on the board in the labeled spaces. 1 control flag in their color marks the location to the player's right side of the board. Just as a reminder, I guess.
What color? Who's what color?
Right.
You just forget mid-game.
1 king, which is calling ship, 1 queen, 2 rooks, with the harvesters, 2 bishops, speakers, 2 knights, miners, 8 pawns, which are soldiers. Remove planetary event cards and shuffle the remaining discovery cards. So we're not going to do that.
We draw.
We'll do that.
Skip it.
Yep. Place the deck in the marked space on the board. Each player draws 3 discovery cards into their hand. The player with the lightest player color is the first player. Hilarious. You. Oh. It would be him because he's lighter. 3. Okay? Much like the white and the blacks in chess. Summarize chess rules really quick here. Piece movement, in case you don't know. The king, which is the colony ship, can move 1 square in any direction, orthogonally or diagonally.
Orthologically?
Yeah. The queen can move any number of squares in a straight line, so row, column, or diagonal. The rook can move any number of squares in a row or column. The bishop, any number of squares diagonally. The miner in an L shape, and it can jump over pieces. And then the pawn moves forward 1 space, optional 2 from the start, or diagonally if you're capturing another piece.
Standard chess movement.
Exactly. Special chess move, so castling. So the king and the rook move together if neither has moved, and there's no pieces between. En passant? Passant? I don't know. A pawn, capturing a pawn that just advanced 2 squares as if it had moved 1. Promotion, a pawn reaching the opposite back rank becomes queen, rook, bishop, or knight. Player's choice. So then, what was the win? Reach the opponent's opposite of the board. So players win immediately when either condition is met. You either get rid of the colony ship, yep, or you reach the opposite side of the board. Oh, with your colony ship.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah, sorry. What's that? So what's a pawn capturing a pawn that just advanced 2 squares as if it had moved 1?
So when your pawn starts, you can move your pawn too.
I know that.
Yeah.
So it's saying, to the move en passant, so ENPASSANT, which is a move where a pawn capturing a pawn that just advanced 2 squares as if it had moved 1.
So if I was here, you moved 2, and then I captured it. I'm assuming that's what that meant. So you just moved 2 spaces as if it in 1 turn, and then I captured it.
Maybe.
Because I can only go diagonally if I'm capturing a pawn.
Yeah, but that's normal movement, so that's not a special move that they're talking about. Anyway, look it up. Yeah. I don't know what that means. Or if you know, let us know in the comments. So then, you know what castling is, the rook and the king moving together if neither's moved.
Yeah, so
that's just swapping positions.
Yeah.
Additional seismic battle chess rules. Remember, there is no check or checkmate. Protect your colony ship at all costs. When a player moves a unit into a space with an enemy unit, resolve a battle. The attacker places their control flag in the origin space of their attacking unit as a marker. The attacker moves their attacking unit into the same space as an enemy unit and resolve a battle.
I would put this marker down and then I would enter in.
Correct. Resolving a battle. Battle is simultaneous. The attacker rolls a single red combat die along with the blue strike dice. Oh, so you need those, nice. Along with the blue strike die, so 1 strike die, yep. The defender rolls a single yellow along with the green strike die, and the attacker may choose to play a single discovery card using only its combat die modifier to add to their die value and reduce the opponent's die value. The defender may then do the same, continue alternating between players playing discovery cards until both pass. So that's where it's different. Both have to pass.
So over here so I would roll. Boom. So I have a 4, and then this automatically happens. So plus 1.
I roll as well. So plus 1, so 5. So it's just 4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Is 5.
So then I can now choose to use a card. So I would use -2 on his die.
Nice. I would use -3 on your die.
I would use -2 more on your die.
I would use +2 on my die.
I'll use +1 on my die.
So once I'm at 3 and you're at
3.
3. Nice. Hilarious. And then, oh, I did the card.
Oh, that's bullshit. Yeah, right. Exactly.
-1. It was a planetary event card that we can't use. Okay. So play back and forth. The winner of the battle is the player with the highest total. The defender wins ties.
Yep. So here, equal to or lower to.
So if I didn't play this, I still would have won.
Yeah. I retreat back here, and then it says I draw 1 discovery card. So it is the typical fail forward method.
Yep. And then the attacker, if they win, they take the opponent's piece. The control flag is placed back in their holding location, and the defender
will get a card.
Yep. And then the defender gets a card, it says as well.
Yep, so it's right on the board. It's very clear. So,
it does say down there.
Yep. So if the attacker obviously is initiating regardless. If the attacker wins, the piece is defeated, but the defender gets a card. If the attacker loses, they have to go back to their home spot. This will then come off.
Yep.
And they get a card.
Yep.
So you cannot lose a unit on attack.
Right.
Or like the attacker cannot lose their own unit.
Right.
Yeah, and it'd be that simple. So you go until the king is captured or
this is taken down,
or this makes it. Murders all these people.
Boom.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right.
Cool. All right. Let's move this out of the way here.
Yeah. Overall, it was a very wordy rule book. It seems fairly straightforward. Again, not the chess. The chess is also straightforward. It's a whole different thing. But the main game is just you play it out till you build your ship. Once someone builds a ship, you could use instant win or do one of the alternate endings and finish the round and then see who the winner is.
Yeah, seems like a lot of fun for sure. Excited to dive in. Definitely, we can get at least 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of us. I don't know how we would do 6 on this table with the amount of space your own player section takes up, but I think we can definitely do 4 for sure. We can make that work. So we'll definitely look into getting that figured out. But thank you all for joining us for this. If you watched the entire thing, we appreciate you watching the whole thing. If you just watched your one section, hopefully that one section offered you some clarity. Definitely stay tuned for information here on YouTube as well as on Instagram for when we post up when we're going to be playing this. We'll definitely do a play live on Twitch, so make sure you're following us there as well so you can keep in touch with that. Yeah, that was cool. All right. I'm Bald.
On board.
And we will see you. Did they give us a name for this planet? Oh, it was Earth. On Earth.
No, it was
Kepler 62e.
Yeah, 62e. That's not Earth.
It's not Earth.